I tweeted out that I wanted a picture of me as Danny DeVito. But like if Danny DeVito were playing me in a movie, right? I got 3 different people making art on it, and one of them just gave it to me right now. Look at this. Look at this. It looks just like me.
It's perfect, dude.
It's amazing.
You mind if I eat this taco through the intro? Is that fine?
That's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's the Chaoscast.
Jeez. Okay. All right, chat. As I said before, the panelists can't hear this music. Only you guys can hear this music. Because yes, I still haven't figured out how to send the music to the panelists. Professional streamer here. Anyways. Oh, fuck. This is the Chaoscast. And here we take things very seriously. So, we ask for the truth here, and sometimes panelists will give us the truth, but sometimes I have to kill them. In Roblox, obviously, but I have to kill them when they won't give it to me. And it's not pleasant. Last week, let's not talk about last week, but this week, hopefully I don't have to kill anybody in Roblox, obviously. We'll see how it goes. And you know what the special part of Chaoscast is because you guys, the chat, you guys are participants in this. You decide the fate. You decide who dies in Roblox. I'm going to start it off with something wholesome. Who is your favorite person in Twitch politics? Don't worry, you don't have to argue about this very long. I think we can just do, a quick little go around, say who our favorite person is, and then, yeah.
It's obviously Haas. I just love the fact that he's a living meme, dude. It's obviously Haas. Like, thank God for Haas. I don't think he's right on anything, but dude, he's content everywhere he goes.
That's actually my answer as well, for the same exact reasoning. Like, I've never seen footage of that guy that didn't entertain me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
Did you fuck the question up a little bit or something?
No, I just got something. It's really good. It's the third one. It's the third person who made art of Danny
put it
DeVito.
up, dude. Let's see it. I
as
see
me.
It. That shit was good last time.
Let's see.
Okay. Mermaid suit, dude.
It's beautiful.
Look
That's
at the
so
tears.
Good.
Oh,
That's so good. The
so
piercings and the lips, dude. Oh, it's so perfect.
It looks like me.
why are you so sad in all of these depictions, Stardust?
Have
you ever seen Danny DeVito's like resting face? I feel like it's like perfect.
I gotta fucking plug these people's socials. Guys, the first one is done by Mari. Okay, this one that we have on screen here. Can chat see it? Yes, chat can see it. Okay, the first one is done by Mari. And the second one is done by Eva, or whatever4 on Twitter. You guys, Omari, yes, Omari's in chat. Please, guys, link your socials. You guys deserve it. These were very excellently done. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay. All right, let's resume. I'm sorry for interrupting. Right, here we are.
That's a big boy Supreme.
Supreme's gonna spend half his time talking, fucking chewing during the podcast.
I really need to do this during more debates. There was a guy in this space. His name was Mabase for a long time. And one time I saw him on a debate panel and he was just eating the biggest burger, dude. And like, he seriously just spent the whole debate, like elbows on the table, like this. eating this burger, and I never really understood how much of a power move it was until I saw it, because he was just sitting there listening to people chewing. Like, you could see the entire burger. At no point, it wasn't until the burger was completely gone that you stopped seeing the entire burger, because it was either in his hands or in his mouth. And I just realized, like, I've never seen anybody look so comfortable and in control and in command. And
There
like
was a
when,
debate where Mouthy Infidel did the same thing. Every time he landed a point, he would take a bite of his pizza. It was so good. It absolutely was a power play.
but it was like a big burger, you know? It was like a big burger. And like occasionally when you would stop chewing, you'd go like, he's gonna say something, you know? And like sometimes he would and sometimes he wouldn't. And the suspense would like keep the whole floor in check.
You and I watch content in a very similar way, Supreme.
I'm sorry, Cherry. Did you answer the question? I'm sorry. I was so taken aback.
Oh,
by
no,
the
no.
pictures.
I didn't answer. I was gonna say my favorite person in Twitch politics is me because I'm learning to love myself.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a based answer.
That is a
Thanks.
very sweet answer.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, somebody has to.
Yeah.
No, fuck. What the hell, Supreme?
I'm here to roast. I'm
I-
not here to debate, I'm here to roast.
All right. Look,
Your dad loves me.
we'll get to debating soon, Supreme. Okay. Now, for now, tell me who your favorite person is in Twitch politics. We'll wait for you to finish.
I already said Haas. I just agree with Rhizom.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Okay.
It changes for me a lot, but right now I would say Rob Knorr is one of my favorites, just because he has so much energy and he's willing to fight with anybody for hours. I just think it's hilarious. And we need tomato cans in this space, and he's fantastic.
Yeah.
if you
he
can go
is.
toe to toe with him,
He's
he's
really
great energy.
Yeah, he is, and he's. I think he's really an excellent. I think he's great at what he does. Really, I really do. So, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why he should be bigger, but
he should be.
I don't know.
Yeah. Booksmarts, did you already answer?
I don't think so. Off the top of my head, maybe like Lauren Southern. I think she has good points. She researches everything like pretty thoroughly. She's a good representative of the right and influential abroad. I don't know, what more could you ask?
True. Very
Oh,
true.
Also, I want to add about Rob. He's like a total sweetheart outside of his politics. He works at some home where he helps like disabled people take baths or something, like a nursing home. Like total sweetheart.
That's good work to do. Yeah, he's adding something to the world. So, for sure.
You taught me a new phrase, IRI, tomato cans. Never heard that before.
Yeah, Chat's
Just
losing it
Googled
over
it.
tomato can.
That's
A
from boxing.
tomato can is usually a fighter with a poor record whose skills are substandard or who lacks toughness.
It's like a carnival. Think about a carnival throwing baseballs at tomato cans. You knock them down.
Yeah, you set up the champ to have a fight against them, just to like, you know what I mean, keep the momentum going or whatever. Kind of like
Did
Glass
somebody-
Jaw. What's his name? Glass Jaw Joe or whatever from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Glass Joe.
Glass Joe.
Or like a heel in pro wrestling or whatever. I just learned that recently too.
Yeah, same.
Mhm. Yeah, because Rob is it's all talking points. I mean, he doesn't go any further. I
Yeah,
love him
I
to
was
death,
noticing
but
that.
yeah, there's like no stats to back up anything, but love him to death.
I was saying he's got like a Batman utility belt of talking points, and he just waits for like the first moment to be like, "Oh, here's my BLM statistic." Like,
Yeah. True. Okay. Next.
What about you, Star?
My favorite person in Twitch politics. That's very hard to choose. I feel like I owe a lot of people. There's Bastiat's the first person who like I made friends with, I think.
Mhm.
So I really I owe him a lot. Also obviously
What's-
you, IRI.
Really?
uh,
Wow.
I think so.
What's-
think so.
What's going on with Bastiat? Is he coming back? Because you're like in his community and stuff. Like, what's his deal?
He's more like a Twitter content creator now. Like he's blown up on Twitter. He's mostly doing interviews now, from what I can see. He'll when he does stream, he does interviews with people, like actual people. So, yeah.
You don't think he'll ever come back to doing regular streaming?
I don't know that he has the time to be doing regular streaming. I think, you know, he's like super busy with his job, and so when he does stream, he wants to make it important. At least that's the impression that I get. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Twitter content creator now. That's the meme, basically. He's
What
no
does that
longer-
entail? Is he one of those guys who does like 13 tweets a day or something? Or is he just kind of put out bangers once every other day?
He does tweet a lot. I have my notifications turned on for whenever he tweets. I think he tweets like maybe like 5 times a day. So,
Damn.
yeah. But
Star, is there anyone who you turn notifications on for their tweets that you quickly realize you got to turn this off?
yeah, I did it for the quartering for like 5 minutes because I thought his tweets were funny because I like to laugh at people. But then I realized this dude tweets way too fucking much. That dude tweets like 30 times a day. And then it wasn't funny anymore. It wasn't funny to look at, his tweets anymore because it was too much. So, yeah.
What about
I
the
have-
rest of you? Do you guys follow anybody, like alerts on people's tweets?
I was about to
I-
say, I don't have alerts on for anybody at all.
No.
Wow, I have alerts on for you, IRI. What the fuck?
Well, I see all your stuff. I feel like I try to like
Yeah.
everything I see.
No, you're fine.
I don't
I
know.
just don't
I've
have
never
time
used
to
that feature.
scroll through Twitter. I just need to know when like the important people post shit.
True. That's why I have yours turned on, Chaeiry.
I have yours on too.
Nice.
I'll turn everybody's on from this panel just because. Supreme follows like 10 people. Why is that, Supreme?
I just try to maintain Twitter as a space where I don't consume stuff. I just go to like shit out my thoughts.
Nice.
Sometimes I get into arguments, but it's very addictive to just like start getting into tweet wars with people and arguments and shit. And that's just one way to curb that. Just being in control of the signals, trying to keep the signals. Like I only follow people that I have some like lasting, consistent, interpersonal, like demonstrated relationship and reciprocation with. So it's like you and Booksmarts and like A4Andre and people that I know in person.
You think
Cool.
people get their feelings hurt if you don't follow them? What do you guys
I think? They do.
Some people legit do, yeah. They do.
That's
very
tough,
strange.
man. You can't control all that.
You can't, and you gotta sometimes keep your Twitter clean, you know? Okay, question number 2, who's your favorite racist?
Chud Logic.
Ah, you took my.
God damn it, dude.
Nah, he's like a fake racist. You should have to pick a real one.
Okay, Wicked Supreme.
You're a real
Not
racist, Wicked
racist
Supreme?
enough.
What are you racist against?
What am I racist against? No, I drive race cars professionally.
Oh.
True.
I'm gonna pick politically Britney before anyone else does. I
Damn.
just love when she comes into my chat and just like tries to, I don't know. She seems like she's there in good faith, but you know she's just looking for a point to like gain some clout. I don't know. She's just hilarious to me.
I'm gonna
Wait,
go with
she's racist?
JLP.
That's a good one.
JLP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing.
Pretty good, yeah.
Wait, when did Britney become racist?
She went mass the fuck off in the last like 2 weeks. She's like full on 14 words.
The
Wait,
fuck?
what's 14 words mean?
We must secure a land for our white babies or whatever.
Oh, we're talking about politically provoked?
Yeah, yeah.
PP lady. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn, IRI, you
Wow.
platformed a racist.
I guess so.
It's okay, I
A
platformed
Nazi.
Hitler last night.
Oh my
so-
god.
He
and
can fix
everybody
her.
was surprised.
He can fix her.
I will fix her, yeah. She's a Pete Buttigieg fan, so I find it hard to believe that she's like full on racist now,
she's-
but we'll see.
She's afraid of like little Timmy being bullied and all of that, and she thinks that white people need their own ethno state, I think. So
She thinks that like black people are gonna like vote to destroy all white people if like they become a majority.
or
What a
that there's
plot
going to be a
twist.
revenge, like an actual violent
Yeah.
revenge on white people.
Exactly.
But who saw this coming?
I know. I've said it for such a long time. Like the left-wing moderator of Politically Provoked. Like
That was the meme from
okay.
her very first appearance, like from the very
Yeah.
first
Well, I
anonymity
try not
became
to
aware
make
of it.
judgments on what's going to happen with somebody, you know? Like, you never really know, but...
Yeah, I took her for granted. It was just like I'd never heard anything left-wing come out of her mouth, yet she always claimed to be the left-wing moderator. And then like 2 weeks ago, she goes masks off saying that like Mio, the dude who debated Destiny, converted her over to white nationalism.
Wait,
Yeah.
she said that?
Yeah.
She said
said
I've
that
been
a long time
converted to
ago.
white nationalism.
Not white
Well, she said
nationalism.
Mio red.
Not in so many words, but yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think when that
I-
happened, she just became a centrist, is what
True.
it was.
If that's a
I
centrist,
just
then I don't know what the fuck a centrist is, clearly. So,
I don't know. I feel like people kind of attribute a lot to her. Again, I haven't seen what she said the last couple of weeks, but last time this went around, she was questioning the border and was concerned about the border, but she was on the left on everything else. And so I don't know. I'm not trying to defend her, but I just feel like people are quick to like label her with the people around her, I guess. I mean, you are kind of a product of your environment though, too, you know?
Yeah, of course. I don't like hold it against her or anything. She was in like a crowd that primed her to think this for such a long time on the Politically Provoked stream too, right? Like, so if she was like a more moderate left-leaning person, then she could have just heard enough of these talking points and been like, yeah, I don't see how these don't make sense. But she was on a panel with like Doobie, Mio, Lauren Southern, and a couple
was
other
there too.
people.
yeah.
You were
I
there,
was there.
Stardust. Yep. And yeah, what was your impression there? Because for me, it felt like she was basically just anytime she found a point that she wanted to latch onto, it was like, see, look, you guys can't say anything about this. Like, it looks like white people are going to be fucked.
Well, it's weird because I tried my best to like make her see that these are not really logical conclusions, and like I don't know, it's like if there's anything that doesn't fit her narrative, she just like completely disregards it. And it like there's nothing that you can say that will change her mind, it feels. And especially when Mio's there, like the two of them will laugh about anything, you know? Like if you come up with like a pretty sound argument, they'll just laugh it off, basically. So, yeah.
I haven't seen that guy for a minute. Is he back now? Like, what happened? Did he go to prison for a little bit or something? Like,
He's
where did he
still
disappear
around.
to?
He was on
still
a Prime
around.
panel
Okay.
like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him recently. I was like, I haven't seen him in months. Didn't you rough him up, Stardust, or somebody roughed him up in a debate?
I yelled at
Was it
him on a
Destiny?
panel, but I don't think it was me who killed
Mm.
him, you know? I yelled at him on the recent panel, but, you know, that was like just a little bit of, like if we're going to be real, I was being a little bit dramatic, but yeah.
Well,
You
do you think if we
dramatic?
embraced her, do you think if we embraced her more, we could bring her more to a moderate stance? Like, do you think it's
Yeah,
that those people are showing her love, you know? And like, I'm not trying
I
to be the
I honestly, if it,
instigator here.
No. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Ira, and I actually kind of think about that myself when I see these things happen, because she was like a Democrat. She was a Democrat at some point, and people kept on Twitch kept like fucking going after her and trying to get her like her platform shut down, and kept being super like, it was like the animosity towards her came from like everybody on Twitch. And it like, I don't know, at a certain point I get kind of aggravated, because it's when you ostracize somebody that hard, like the only support they're getting is from white nationalists, like there's something wrong here. I don't know. I feel it's just it's very frustrating to me, and it feels like all those Facebook moms that like we left behind, you know? We just left them, and now they're sending QAnon memes to each other, you know?
Yeah, I feel like the positioning on the left right now is like, I don't need to handle your white fragility. I don't need to answer for your white fragility. And it's like, well, you need to win people over. Like, people aren't just going to like fall off the face of the earth.
It's
like,
so frustrating, because I'm pretty sure a lot of those QAnon memers were like Hillary voters, you know? And now they're QAnon memers.
true.
They're sending QAnon memes. I get so upset. Like, it's we really, and then people want to just shit on them as like, you know, middle class white ladies or whatever, even though some of them aren't white. But I don't know. It's Like that's an untapped market. Like that's an untapped group of people who could like be very politically active, and we just left them, and now they're sending QAnon memes.
I said it a little bit last night on the hippy dippy panel, but it feels like to the left that's online right now that like any empathy or attempt to empathize with somebody who has different beliefs is seen as like capitulation to the oppressors. And like if you would all try to attempt to empathize with them, you are like by proxy contributing to white supremacy. And like that's how like alienating the language is right now. It's like no shit, you're gonna push people to the right.
Yeah.
And people miss out on like you're gonna want to be friends with people first before you start like trying to persuade them politically, in my opinion. Like her being friends with all those people and then losing all of her friends on the left, if we think that's like a contributing factor to her like adopting those politics, it could have been the same way the other direction, where like if she just had friends that believed in that stuff, maybe that stuff would rub off on her. And by not being friendly with people who have different opinions or whatever, we're kind of missing the first step towards like getting them to see eye to eye on politics or on worldly issues. So
yeah.
Okay, somebody in chat is saying
sowing CO.
Somebody in chat is saying multiple people tried to reason with her and she wouldn't listen. By reasoning, they talk down to her. That's not reasoning with somebody. When you talk down to somebody and treat them like a child, they're not, like, that doesn't feel good. You're not my fucking friend. Like, I've had that done to me. Like, I don't fucking like that. Nobody likes that. And it feels condescending, and it feels like, you know, like there's a difference between helping somebody and talking down to them and telling them what to do.
Yeah, I try to look at it as more like sowing seeds over time, right? Like people try to look at it as though like I need to like nail this argument right now, and you either need to concede fully and walk over, but that's not going to motivate people to do it. If you just have a conversation with them and tell them your idea and try to tell them it in as truthful of a way as possible and listen to them, they're going to be more receptive to what you have to say and walking over in the future no matter what. But people are just like, I don't have to baby you. That's how they treat it. They're like, I don't want to baby you in this conversation. You should be able to handle it. It's like, yeah. Anyways.
And like seeds, and I think this is in the Bible or something, like you're going to throw seeds everywhere, and sometimes they land on like packed dirt and they're not going to take off. And that doesn't mean that like there's anything wrong with the seeds or the land or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's not going to be through one conversation or through like one argument that's going to like lead to somebody taking up an idea. And if they don't, then it's some failure on their part. I think that's like a natural part of things happening too. So sometimes somebody will like lose a debate or have a single conversation. If they don't change their mind, then everybody's like, okay, well, this person's fucking crazy and useless and whatever. And I think that's missing the picture too.
One of my favorite quotes that I don't know the source of is you can give people knowledge, but you can't give them insight. Like you can give them the info, but you can't give them the ability to see how to apply that or why they might want to apply it in the way that you do. That's something that comes with their own appreciation of that knowledge.
Yeah, the other thing is like it's not for everybody to deal with certain people, right? Like Stardust is good at talking to some of those racist ass people that I want nothing to do with, you know what I mean? But like Brittany isn't for everybody. I'm not saying everybody needs to like her or be friends with her, but just let the certain people who can deal with her hang out with her without just ignore her, right? Like she's not hurting anybody doing whatever the hell she's doing, but I don't know, man. I just think people are like, she's a Nazi now. It's like, well, what do you expect? Like you got her platform canceled, everybody hates her. Like those are the people showing her love. So, you know, well, she was always a Nazi. Like, okay, well, we weren't all as woke as we are now. Like I was kind of a dickhead when I grew up. I grew up in Orange County, so, you know.
Exactly. We weren't born fucking woke. Like you learn from your mistakes and you learn from people telling you in a nice way, like,
and ideas
how they felt.
Yeah, ideas don't change overnight. You're not changing people's opinions and their political views overnight. It's something that happens slowly over time, and I don't know why people can't seem to figure out that that's like human nature. It takes a while. If anybody changed their mind overnight, I wouldn't I wouldn't trust it. I just wouldn't.
Too.
Yeah. Like, if you change your mind that easily, oh, I heard a good argument, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to change my belief system now. Like, I would not trust that person. That shows me that this person, like, I don't know, is either an idiot or, like, disingenuous. I just, people want people to change overnight when it takes years for a lot of people, you know?
You know what I think it is, Start? I think like we are people who have had more experiences in our real lives and online lives talking to people with different beliefs, so we might understand more implicitly. Like it takes more time,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
Compared to people who are just on chat all day.
I'm gonna play contrarian here.
Okay.
The changing your mind overnight kind of thing being sus is, I think, exactly what rubbed a lot of people the wrong way about Brittany. Like, she was a Democrat, and then she, like, listened to one debate, which, like, wasn't lost. It was just, like, kind of fumbled in her opinion, and she completely, like, changed her stance on immigration.
I think it was a little bit more than that though, because it wasn't just from a debate. Her and Mio had been talking, and Mio like red pilled her. I'm pretty sure over time. It may have
I
been
just remember
quicker.
her making a big deal about, like,
Yeah.
Destiny using debate tactics, and that's why she moved over from left-leaning host to centrist host or whatever.
It happened before
And that's why a
that,
lot of
though.
people, like, dragged her.
Yeah, it
listen,
happened
people are
before
being
that,
very,
though.
very, very charitable. I'm with Chaeiry. I think there is a non-zero possibility that this person maybe came to this platform with a set of ideas already, under like false pretenses to represent themselves as a left-wing host or whatever. That like, I think warrant some suspicion. Hearing a couple debates and suddenly becoming, I don't know, being bullied into or suddenly becoming, overtly receptive to the idea that white people are going to be voted out of existence or something like that is pretty fucking extreme. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I
mind
just
you,
don't think
I
it's
don't have a
impossible,
problem with
though.
her. I have yet to
Yeah.
ban her from my chat. She acknowledged it. I reached out to her to have like a convo about her shit or whatever. I don't think she's ever wanted to take me up on it. But I'm not someone who's ostracized her. I think she does like to zone in on the people who don't like her though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about specific people who were kind of like riding her ass a lot, and that's kind of like what I think about when I don't know. It doesn't really help to make somebody receptive to a different idea. You may be right, Supreme. She may have been just like hiding it, or hiding her power level or whatever, and I could just be looking for the best in people, but I still regardless think that like despite her maybe hiding her power level, it didn't really help that how much she was getting like hounded, I guess. So
Sure. I think
Yeah.
everybody gets some degree of harassment or something like that. And listen, like I feel like I've made a lot of content pushing back against people who genuinely spread what I believe is like anti-white racism. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to say that I think that that's a thing that occurs and that I think is abhorrent. But no amount of arguments have ever been able to fucking push me to the idea that I think white people are fucking like threatened in this country and that we need to start drawing battle lines racially or something like that. To me, I don't know. For any grown adult to suddenly become sympathetic to that is
The problem
I
is
don't know,
you're
it's
then
another
saying
thing.
that everybody who believes it had to initially been predispositioned to believe that. And like maybe they were and they were trying not to
I don't think
believe
that's
it and then they
necessarily
just were
true.
won over.
I
Well,
don't
if
think that's
somebody
necessarily
can't
true.
well, the reason that I'm saying that is because if somebody can't be like Britney, like if
Mm-hmm.
somebody can be like Britney and be won over, then cool, then we're fine. Like it doesn't matter. Britney might not be that. She might not be the person who was won over that way, honestly, but somebody could be, right? But if you're saying that, I don't know, I've engaged in this shit for a lot, and I haven't seen like somebody make a convincing argument that moves me towards white nationalism. It sounds like you're almost saying that that's not a possibility for somebody to be won over by those points.
Sure, I think it's a possibility. I'm not convinced it's the case for this individual that we've just spent 10, 15 minutes speculating that maybe we pushed her in, or maybe some group of people on Twitch like pushed her into like white nationalist ideas because they were critical of her platform or something.
I think we're
I
talking
don't
about
think
a
they
pattern we
pushed
see,
her
not
into
just like
it.
one individual thing.
I don't think they pushed her into it. I think if you're literally surrounded by like white nationalists, you're gonna start seeing things, a little bit skewed. But I don't think it helped that
Did this
people
person come
were-
to Twitch with a Rolodex full of white nationalists, or did the white nationalists find the platform?
I'm not really sure.
I feel like it's pretty important to get that locked
Yeah.
down, right?
Wait, do you mean
Yeah.
so she came to Twitch with a bunch of people in her back pocket already, or what's
I don't
the
know
other
the
one?
answer to that, but
Well,
like,
what's the other?
It
She
seems
just
that
met them all.
it seems that as soon as we became aware of the platform, that those people already existed in that space and were ready to fight.
Well,
Hmm.
is that just YouTube though? I mean, I feel like
I don't know.
YouTube is pretty rough space. But I don't think anybody made her into white nationalist. I'm saying I feel like that side of her is amplified. I think it's always been there. It's just amplified now because everybody else has pushed her out of their spaces where it's any sort of moderate views, and so she's going to go to the places where she can get some love. I mean, I kind of experienced that with leftists pushing me out after I supported Bernie, and as soon as I started supporting Biden, they're like, "Get the fuck out of here, you fucking dumb lib." And like, I can't even type anything in their chats, nothing. So instantly they hated me, and I was like, "Well, I don't hate you guys, but." And then,
Yeah.
luckily I was still had cool people to be around that were decent, but I could see how if people just keep pushing you out, eventually you're going to go to a place where people are okay with you. Not saying that's the fault of the people who push, but also I bet you a lot of this is just to get attention, right? Like, you've got to say more and more wild things nowadays to get attention, even on Twitch. It didn't used to be like that, but nowadays you got to be like, well, maybe we do need like an ethno state or something to get some attention, like, as crazy as it is.
I'm
think-
sympathetic to that, and if this is all one conversation to just like drive us to the talking point that you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, then yes, I agree. But we can do
What?
that without.
Whatever happened
Sure.
to the good old days where you just had like a nip slip for attention? Like, let's go back to
It's
that.
true.
True.
Look, I could be
Her name is
very
Brittany too.
I could very well be biased in this just because I have like my own resentment towards people, but and just towards that whole attitude of like, as soon as you do something like I don't know, but I did see, like, I don't know, I don't think it helps the situation. She may have already been predisposed, or she may have been hiding her power level, who knows. I just don't think it helps us very much for us to be like riding somebody's ass that hard.
Sure.
Yeah. Hi,
up,
A4Andre. You wanna introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm A4Andre. I'm a producer for the Wickedsupreme. I'm behind the scenes. I edit all those YouTube channels. I'm so sorry I'm late. I've just completely spaced today.
That's okay.
Thanks for having me late.
Yeah. We're talking about who's your favorite racist.
Oh, there's so many good ones. How do I pick? I don't know. That's a weird. Was that really the question that brought us to Brittany?
Yeah, I said politically provoked Brittany would be mine.
Yes.
How about Destiny? Destiny's my favorite.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I said
Wait.
Chip Logic.
Wait, Wickedsupreme. Like,
What?
who are you actually racist against? Because you said yourself after Child Logic.
I have to think about that. It's a spectrum. Racism is a spectrum, you understand?
Mhm.
So I've got to like really
Everything's a
prioritize.
spectrum. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true.
According to Mr. Girl, everything's a spectrum. So
I mean, Wicked has Supreme in his name after all, so.
that is true. That's very true.
Real sus.
Okay, your favorite. Let's go around the room. Everybody's favorite racist. Let's go.
Do
A
we
bunch
just
of
do it?
people answered. Who's left?
Who's left?
I think
I
me
said
and Wicked
JLP.
answered. Oh yeah,
JLP's
JLP.
pretty good.
I'd say it's like a
Yes.
tie between like Malcolm X and Thomas Jefferson, probably.
On
Those are
Twitch.
pretty good.
We're going back in history.
That was a great answer.
What makes someone the best racist? Is it like the degree of their racism, or is it like
Whoever you
how
like the
entertaining
best.
they are?
The degree to which their racism has led to their greatness, maybe.
Right. Sure.
The
Well, the
most
question is, who's your
triumphant
favorite?
racist.
It could be
Well,
whatever you like
triumphant.
best about their racism.
Yeah.
You really gotta
Yeah.
think about that one.
If it's
Got
if
lot
it's a question of who's the
triumphant
most effective, I feel like that's that question is pretty solved. But the question was who's your favorite?
Yeah, it's about who's your favorite, not who's the best.
Wait, who is the best?
The best racist.
The best
Yeah, who is the
racist?
best
Who
racist?
did it?
I
Who
think
did it
Gandhi
best?
could probably take a lot of credit in that area. He was pretty racist.
Okay, it
in
depends
his-
on how you how
yeah.
we're defining best racist. Are we saying somebody whose like moral character is exemplary in spite of them being a racist, or are we saying somebody who was like really effective as a racist?
Super good at racism.
I
Well,
think
that would
Why
be
not both?
wouldn't that be Adolf Hitman?
He was Times Man of the Year, so you know.
Damn.
Just like Donald Trump.
I was too. I forget
Fair.
what year it was.
Yeah.
I would say Hassan is my favorite racist for his rant when he came back to Twitch after his ban, and he listed off all the other racial slurs for white people as quickly as he could. So I give Hassan credit for being the best racist on Twitch.
True.
Don't say that on a panel with me. His whole community's gonna come after me now.
He certainly got away with the most of it in front of the largest audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
He said them
did.
all. He listed them all of them. You know.
Yeah, he got so many other Twitch streamers to really become racist too. I loved that.
Dude, after
Yeah.
I tried to call him out on it in a Discord call with him on chat, his whole community just came after me, like questioning my blackness and like my intentions behind the whole thing.
Wow.
It was really annoying.
That's rough, dude. Sorry about that.
That's whatever. I mean,
He orchestrated a whole racist Olympics here on Twitch to see whose term was more racist than the other person's, and it went on for like a week. So really interesting. Fun guy.
I'm trying to think of my entry for best racist. Can't think of it. Hitler's just too obvious. I'm trying to think of a better answer.
You gotta be on Twitch though. That's half the fun.
You got to pick like a hipster racist. You got to find a niche, you know. Like,
Probably one of
Hitler's
the
too
people I've
mainstream.
debated. Like I like the dude I was able to like trick into doing the whole like, oh, you're saying that black people are better men then, and then he got really mad about that. So yeah, it's funny. I like that. I like those types of racists. They're really funny. Yeah.
DR was. a
Ooh,
pretty
what
good
about
race.
Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny's a good one.
That's true.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
Think about that.
What was her whole thing? Like no black bisexuals or something like that? What was her whole thing?
What was the N-word debacle? The screenshots.
Well, that
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
the
that
whole like
was-
a black bisexual man. Just the thought of it makes me sick. Yeah, there was
That's
that.
it.
Want to throw up in my mouth or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And the logs she claimed were fake. That one, you know, maybe we can give that to her some artwork.
Oh,
But
okay. Yeah. I
the
don't know.
actual video clips, we can't. She definitely said like the grossest thing in the world would be a bisexual black guy or something like that. That one was tough.
I'm
But
actually
she's the
trying to
most
think
woke
of-
person out there, so
And now she's their greatest champion.
right. She's the most woke person on Twitch now, so anybody can change, right?
Well, I don't know, dude, because she went so woke she became racist again. So
True. Now
Racist
it's
again.
fuck sis
Stardust,
whatever.
extremely unfunny person.
You know the thing.
Stardust is just painful.
I like Bad Bunny. I like his song.
Bingo
I'm a
from
tier 3 sub
Killstream,
to all these
hands
races. I have
down.
to like figure
Hey.
out if I need to be tier 2 or tier
Well,
1.
You got to tell us which one of them is your favorite.
I told you Destiny. No one wanted to engage.
A4 Andre, are you?
I
Are
said-
you
thought that was
sub?
bait.
He's a good pick.
Andre, are you sub to Mike from PA?
I'm a Mike fan. I like Mike. I don't know. Is he also in a tier of races? Wait, am I not supposed
No.
to like Mike?
No, you
are
can
you
like
not
Mike
banned?
all you want. It just means something to me. That's all. It's okay.
No, we're homies. We follow each other. I'm not familiar with you. I saw you on a debate. I think I saw you on Hippie Dippy and you were wonderful. But it's
Oh,
nice
thanks,
to,
man.
It's nice to be in a room with you. Yeah, Mike's cool. I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty far removed. I don't know who said what stupid shit in the past year. So you'd have to update me.
We can get through it really quick. I mean, listen, there's one rule about being a personality on Twitch. All you are is the worst you've ever been.
Yeah.
And we need to remind everyone constantly.
What if I
seems
just
reasonable.
outdo that every day?
It's being your best
Well,
self. Just waking up and
Some
choosing
people
to do
try.
better.
That's motivation.
Yeah.
We should go around and talk about the worst we've ever been or looked. That would be fun.
Sure.
Oh, I'm down for that.
yeah.
On Twitch?
Okay, well yesterday I gave everyone the okay to be racist in comedy. With like no explanation, barely any explanation. I'm pretty sure that was bad.
No, I
didn't
loved it.
feel like that though.
It was a brave- it was a
wasn't that
brave
like
take.
nuclear of a take.
No, it was. I was like, cool, Cherry, that's tight. I opened it up. Cherry's like, I think racist shit is hilarious. I was like,
I think it is
I feel
too.
like a more well-spoken person would have like elaborated, but I just couldn't. I didn't have
Yeah.
it in me.
that's fair. But
Well,
way to
I can't
choose
wait
every
until
day.
we're all on Sargon tomorrow.
Nice.
And you see, this is the left. Look, they're all joking and laughing about how hilarious racism is, comparing their favorite racists. I mean, this is what the left has become. I grew up being taught that racism is abhorrent. We shouldn't tolerate it.
That was brilliant. I enjoyed that.
Chat. The poll is in chat for the poll 1. Okay, so Please
Wait.
vote
For the poll 1.
for poll
Wait,
1.
we've got to keep going. I can't be the only one saying my worst thing.
I
Yeah,
just
no, we're
don't
gonna keep
like-
going around. Don't
Oh,
worry,
okay.
don't worry. Yeah.
Let's stop.
Wait. I really don't like the framework of this poll because it says favorite racist and then it just has my name. I would like it to say who I voted for. I don't want to be known as the favorite racist. The worst thing we've ever done on Twitch, I'd probably take the cake on this. I've been suspended from the platform. Has anybody else been suspended? Has Twitch ever like?
I've not been
Nope.
suspended yet.
No, come on. You listen. You have the detriment of having me on the panel. I know other things that you've been widely criticized for that have nothing to do with that suspension, okay?
It
You
sounds
can't hide
good.
it from me, motherfucker.
If I phrase it the right way, it seems pretty like nefarious.
Wow. What'd you get suspended for?
So I used to be the greatest fighting game player of all time, second only to Wickedsupreme, and I hosted a Street Fighter tournament. And in that tournament, we had a participant who was very grumpy, I would say, about losing. They messaged the person who they had to play. So you go to winners finals. It's like first place and second place. And they knew they couldn't beat this person in first place. So they said, hey, do me a favor. Let me win the tournament. And the guy was like, this guy's like asking me to let him win. So he lets me know. And I out the guy on stream. I'm like, hey, man, if you're not here to play, if you're not here to win, maybe you shouldn't enter these things. Maybe you should enter these tournaments. They're for fun. And the guy's like, I say that publicly. He DMs me and he says, well, if you're so hell bent on ruining my entire life, like if you just want to ruin my life forever, here's all my information. Here's my name, my address, my favorite color, my like astrology sign. And he sends me all his personal information. He's like, since you want to end me. And I'm like, look what a crybaby this dude is. In my chat, there's like a couple hundred people and they're like, what did he send you? What did he say? And I'm like, I got you guys. So I hit Control C and I copy the information. And then I delete some like private personal info, right? And I think I hit Control C again, but I don't. So this time, instead of copying pasting the scrubbed information, I put his full info into Twitch chat and effectively dox him, and Twitch vaporizes me. They're like, no, dude, you're done. So anyways, I reach out to the kid before I even appeal, before I even tell Twitch, I'm like, give me my stream back. I reach out to him. I'm like, hey, dude, I fucked up. Like, let's get your, I offer him like lifeline security. Let's protect your identity. Let's get you figured out. And then I'll reach out to Twitch. And the kid goes, I'm 14. That's not my information. It's just a meme. Like, that's not everything's good, dude. It's fine. You didn't dox me. And I emailed Twitch and they're all, fuck you. So I had to be suspended for 6 months.
They didn't communicate with you until like a week before you got the suspension lifted. So it was just completely indefinite, totally up in the air. Big part of your income. You're a fucking single father.
Yeah. So I had like 1,000 subscribers and they took every sub. When they gave me my channel back, it was like empty. It had the followers, but no money on it. So I was like, thanks, I guess. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
And they
That's
would
rough.
not communicate with you no matter how much you emailed them, right?
Correct. I hired an attorney and like, they didn't do anything. They helped me compose like a more thorough appeal, but yeah, I did pretty bad. I doxed someone kind of on the internet and that was as bad as I've ever been.
Booksmarts?
I don't know, dude.
You were just drawing fucking furry hentai last night. You don't know because
True.
it's too hard to sort through.
Is
all
that
the
really a
instances,
bad
or-
thing? Is
I
that
got
really
away
a
with
bad
lot.
thing?
Yes.
I used gypped and gypsy quite a bit before anybody convinced me it was bad. That happened.
I
for a
remember when you
while.
said Arab too.
Ooh. Is that?
It's just
You can't say
a little
Arab?
K-Kona.
he's
Little
from
Arab.
fucking Huntington Beach. Give him a break.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's how
True.
everybody says it here.
When in Rome.
Wait,
Alright.
Arab's really bad?
Yeah.
No, it
Yes.
just sounds K-Kona. It's like
no, it's not a polite way to listen. It's kind of hard because even the word like Arab kind of has like a bad tinge to it. It's sort of like Jew is a thing that's not necessarily or inherently or intrinsically offensive or whatever. But like when it comes out of people's mouths, you almost expect that there's only one way that it's going to be received.
Yeah.
So like I say Arab people because I grew up around like a fuck ton of Lebanese and Iraqi people, and that's like the term that's used, and that's like sort of a I like the word shibboleth, but I feel like it's insensitive to use it here for anybody that knows what a shibboleth is. The point is, it's like something that demonstrates that like a level of closeness with this community. It's sort of like with Native Americans. If you say American Indians instead, like most American Indians will understand like, oh, this person has some Like you wouldn't expect that this is the PC like term, but most like American Indians will be like, oh, this person has some contact with
They're
like,
woke.
yeah.
What was the word? Oblaka or something?
Autumn. It's just Arab, but pronounced with an accent. Autumn.
Autumn.
And I'll say Autumn people or something.
Is it me or is this
Walking
robotic for you guys?
Robotic.
Good for me.
Okay.
Who's robotic?
It just sounded like sounds like the channel is robotic. Let me see if I can change it. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay, now it's better, I think. Uh-oh. Fuck. Sorry, guys.
Everyone refreshing, I think.
I like that studio. It's really nice and set up like that.
Oh, it's not a studio. It's just a room I'm sitting in that has a green screen and
No, my immersion. Go back.
like.
Yeah, I like that. I look like a professional broadcaster.
I just
Booksmarts?
put a lot
I'm
of-
sorry. Are you
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is
All
it
right.
working?
Who hasn't
working
gone
now.
yet? Who hasn't confessed?
I haven't said mine.
Okay.
Whenever I raid and I forget to go offline, there was
Mhm.
like one time where I think I like started to change or whatever, and I just like I was lucky that nobody like knew who I was, but I like definitely took my shirt off on camera, and I was like, oh my fucking god. So that got deleted. That was like when I first started streaming, like literally like my like 10th stream in or some shit. But yeah. I just did not know I had to end stream. For chatters, when you raid somebody, you're still live. And when you host them, like you're still live. So your VOD is still being like is still up and being contributed to.
Yeah, you gotta hit end stream.
I always forget to, and I'm just like watching a stream, just like
Thi-
picking my nose, eating food, and people are like, "Hey, Dre,
Exactly.
hey,
Exactly.
Dre." I get like
Most of the time I'll just start
Hey.
chatting. I'll just like be like there, like
Yeah,
laughing.
you
Like
just
I rated
watch 'em.
Supreme one night and I hear him like be like, oh hey Rhyzom, and I'm like, oh you I'm just sitting over here.
Cheeto crumbs all over the place, just eating food. That's me.
This is why I always go to an end scene before I end my stream and raid.
Yeah.
Smart.
So it's not my camera, you know.
I have an outro. Today when I rated Stardust, I just left it on this because I was going to be in my OBS cam and I forgot to go off. So I'm just sitting there looking at myself setting up, and then I realize I'm still live.
All quiet.
Yeah.
The worst I've done, and I hate to say it, but I used the R slur before, pretty recently, actually, a couple months ago at like an IRL event, and that's because like I blame myself because I watch a lot of Tarzan and Tyler One, like these edgy league streamers, and they use the R slur all day long. So I don't know, something pissed me off, and it just kind of came out, and I apologize afterwards, but it just happened. Somebody was like, why are you doing something? I was like, shut the fuck up, you are blank. Like, whoops.
No.
I know, but it's like
The
and
real
but I
IRI
realized-
comes out.
yeah, the mask came off. So that's probably the worst thing. But back when on that Joshua Collins panel, Joshua for Congress with Destiny and I, and that socialist truck driver dude, I defended Biden for his rape allegation against Tara Reid, and a lot of those people were very Bernie or bust, and so they were like teeth out, claws out, and they were like, I think it's a credible accusation. I was like, well, let's wait till everything comes out. And I got a lot of angry DMs. Izzy Bear, the Buffalo Wild Wings and ATV enthusiast, like cut ties with me because of that. And so I don't know, I guess a lot of people might say that's the worst thing I've ever done.
ATV enthusiast.
I don't like this panel. People aren't interrupting. It's like very calm and civil. Like, who's next?
Look, I think we just I don't know.
Oh, I
We'll
think I'm
see.
next.
Yeah, you go next.
Okay, here's one that I can think of. You guys might be able to inform me better. And listen, Andre, I can think of a better one for you.
Okay, okay. I'd love to hear mine as well, but
You
yours
had a
first?
little bit of infamy in the FGC for a minute. long before we were ever banned. You had a bad reputation over some stream content that you used to participate in. Why don't you tell us about that?
I invented the Twitch
Oh.
meta. So before there were IRL streams, I've been on the platform for like 7 years, partnered for like 5. But anyways, before there was a just chatting or an IRL category, I invented a category you see a lot now on the platform, and that's called Twitch Plays Tinder. And I would browse Tinder. I'd be playing fighting games, and the chat would be like, and I'd go to my phone. I'd be like, oh, she's cute. Oh, no, thank you. Oh, she's cute. And chat would be like, let us see. And I was like, okay. So I'd like bring up my Tinder on stream, and I'd see like a lovely young woman in like hunting gear with like a MAGA hat, and I'd be like, oh, her parents are gonna love me. Like, and I would make jokes about these women in their profiles, which is it got a little misogynistic. I'm not really proud of it, but I got canceled all over the internet, like all over Reddit, all over Twitch for weeks. People were talking about what a fuckboy I am. If you search my name on Reddit, it's just a bunch of me getting drug, and it was pretty bad. I was like, not kind.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
If you want to do the lore of A4Andre, I wouldn't skip that. That's pretty interesting.
That's exactly where I'm gonna start.
Search Reddit for who's that fuckboy, and it's just a scathing review of A4Andre. Would recommend.
That's some awesome SEO though. You're the fuck boy. That's pretty sweet.
That fuckboy. What about you, Supreme? Yeah.
You guys will have to tell me. I feel like I make a lot of risky jokes. I feel like I made a lot of risky jokes all the way back when we were doing commentary together and stuff. Here's one I can think of. One time I did I was on Ambien. I was prescribed Ambien, and I came down to my computer after I had taken Ambien. I woke up and sleepwalked down to my computer and like chatted with you, and we basically had a podcast, Andre, for like 3 hours, and I didn't know about it, and people were quoting it back to me the next day. And the shit, that Roseanne shit, is real. Like, people were telling me things that I said, and I was like, I don't even believe that. Like, that's not even what I think. You know?
Wait, that one of the side effects of Ambien is racism?
No. That side effect.
That's what the joke was about Roseanne, though, because she said some racist shit. She was like, I was on Ambien.
Sleepwalking in a podcast. I remember the quote was like, I'm basically Nicholas Michael Cage. It was like the supreme quote for like a month. He said, I'm basically Nicholas Michael Cage. And that's stuck.
But in recent history, listen, I have history with fighting games as well. That's why A4Andre and I are friends for a long time now. There's a move in a game called Tekken called Jet Upper. And there's like a really difficult technique where you can like, you land it and it's unblockable. It's called Taunt Jet Upper. This move, Jet Upper, has a very peculiar shape to it. And if you pull it up on Google, somebody asked me like what Jet Upper was. And so I didn't feel like launching the game. So I opened MS Paint and I started just drawing what the guy looks like when he does it. And by the time I finished drawing it, I realized very quickly that I had drawn a swastika man, because he's sort of like standing on his toes on his back foot and his heel on his front foot, and his front arm is like, like this, you know what I mean? And then his rear arm is kind of behind him. And I was like, what did I just do? Probably a lot of people had a lot of questions after that one.
Again, Supreme is in your name, so I think their questions were answered relatively quickly.
Somebody's asking me to ask you, Wickedsupreme, about your first and last panel that you hosted.
It wasn't my first and last. Oh, that's a good one, by the way. It wasn't the last one, but it was the first one of 2. It was the second to last one. There was a guy called Nuance Bro, and he was kind of being passed around in the space because he, like, a streamer named Pixie brought him on. Rest in peace. We miss Pixie.
Yep.
I miss Pixie. Yep.
She brought this guy Nuance Bro on, and he did this. He was talking about how fragile liberals are and how everything is racist, and he does this bit that he attributes to Russell Brand. I'm not sure if it's true, but it's just basically a bit where he does like a faux Chinese accent, a very thick like faux Chinese accent. It sounded like Viet or whatever, but like it was like a faux Chinese accent, and the joke is Chinese people are cheap.
Russell Peters, but yeah.
Russell Peters, my bad. I'm racist against Russells. I think they all are the same or something. But so I did a panel that was like, is like this joke offensive? And it was two people, 2 like righties. It was like Brento Box and some other guy named Halsey, who's a fucking weirdo. And then it was 2 of my friends, Mindwaves and North the Mage, and then me moderating, and then Nuance Bro came on it. And like the whole meme, I was criticized because it was a panel about like minority things that were disparaging to minorities, and like every single person was white except for the guy who was making the racist joke or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was literally Stardust. Like, you're probably just like, oh, that was, you had one of those. It was one of those like irresponsible platforming. You didn't run this panel the way I wanted you to. Like, that's.
Yeah, we were a little more sensitive back then.
Well, we.
I don't think
weren't,
anybody.
but-
I don't think anybody would have cared now if you did something like that, you know. But back
Oh,
then
they-
it was like,
they
you know,
would.
you think so?
I mean, Stardust, don't you get this? Like,
Well,
the-
Yeah,
with the
I still
people
get
that-
it. So people got really upset at me for platforming Mr. Girl and just interviewing him. And then yesterday I made a joke on Twitter about like, and this is just minor silly stuff, but like, I made a joke about platforming Hitler because we had been like looking at Hitler's sex history earlier that night. And I guess this person just automatically assumed I was like ass mad about people coming after me for Mr. Girl or whatever. And they quote tweeted and they're like, "Oh, imagine being mad about responsibly platforming a P word." And it's like, this is like not what that's in reference to. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. People are weird. But yeah, I definitely got a lot of blowback for that. So as far as like, I don't regret it. I stand by it. But I think the other thing that I can think of is like when I was still a baby streamer and nobody knew who I was still fooling around with my OBS setup and stuff, and I didn't know what I was doing. And sorry, I started rambling. I'll shut up. You know what? I'm gonna shut up because I think Wickedsupreme was still talking about stuff. So
no,
yeah.
tell the story. What the fuck? We're like waist deep in this story.
Yeah.
I was still a baby streamer. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody followed me. I had like maybe like 200 followers, and that was from like a year and a half prior or something. So nobody really paid attention to me. And I was still fooling around with my OBS, and I didn't know how things worked. And then like one day, I had just gotten out of the shower, and this is back when my stream was still like kind of set up like in my room. And I accidentally pressed the start button. I had just come over to the computer to like look at things and, you know, and fool around. And then like I pressed the start button and I was still like topless. And like, so I realized immediately I had made a mistake. And so I very quickly deleted everything. But then like my best friend, her boyfriend's like saw a go live alert on Twitter, and he's like, "Dude, your boobs are there." And I was like, "No." And so I thought I deleted it everywhere, but like that's the one place where it was. Anyways, it's all deleted.
Confirmed booba streamer.
Yeah, but yeah, it was
Wow.
yeah,
From day
and it was
one.
also shortly after like maybe it was a few months after I got like a breast reduction, so like I was like extra like freaking out. So yeah, that's probably something. I'm glad that I wasn't bigger back then when that happened.
How did you notice you were live right away? I mean, did you have like OBS up on the screen or something?
Yeah, I did, and then I was like, "Oh shit! Like, what the fuck did I just press?" And then I like it was like 2 seconds, and I immediately like closed it and like started like looking everywhere to close everything, and yeah, so.
But Twitter had like a thumbnail. Is that what you're saying? Or he came
I
into the
had
stream?
it back then because I was an affiliate. I had it so that it like would stream to Twitter too. So but I didn't have
Oh.
any Twitter followers, so it was okay.
Except
I
for
feel
your
like they
friend's
need to put
boyfriend.
like a confirmed.
Yeah, except
go
for my
live
friend's
up.
boyfriend. But you know what? They were super cool about it. So yeah.
Yeah,
On
now when
OBS, they need a confirm go live. I really hate that you can just
They
like,
do.
click
They
start
need a
streaming.
confirm go live. Yeah.
Well, I use Streamlabs. Fuck them. It seems like they suck, but I just am too lazy to switch. And it asks you to update your title. It's like, go live. Do you want this to be your title?
Mhm.
So
This might be helpful for you guys. Every time I reset OBS, I turn on the feature that you have to double click to go live or to turn it off.
Hmm.
So that is like a setting you can put in your OBS.
Oh, really?
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
I
I've
might do
ended
that right
stream.
now.
Yeah, I've ended stream on accident for sure.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. When I'm really high, there was this one time I was streaming. I was really high, and I ended stream by accident like 3 times. So
How?
I don't know. I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. But anyways,
Well, not all of us are like, you're like 18 feet away from your PC in like a comfortable recliner. Most of us are at like desks and they're right in front of us. So like,
This
It's
is
like
a
a-
desk. What are you talking about, my guy? I'm
Yeah.
right up.
You're on a pile of blankets in what seems to be a bathroom. You're not going to tell
What
me
it
you have a
looks
traditional
like,
setup.
but-
Bathroom.
I'm convinced that that's your tub and not your desk. I like.
Oh, what the fuck? That's an incredible desk too.
Yeah, that actually it is kind of nice.
Wow.
Are those real candles?
Yeah, I'm really worried for that blanket. Are those
Yeah.
real candles?
This is the fire hazard.
No.
No, they're not, right? Yeah, because her cat's
No.
walking around too. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, what's your cat's name, by the way, Chaeiry?
Oh no, you're muted.
Oh, the black one is Wolf and the orange one is Nar.
Wolf and Nar. Okay, yeah. I was seeing them walk around earlier. I was thinking, like, that would suck if they walked right over there.
They already like to destroy my shit.
I'm ready to like stop picking on you, but behind you, is that a pile of blankets or is that like a chair?
Where?
Or what you're
Oh,
leaning
this-
against? Yeah. Is that
This
like
is a chair.
okay.
With blankets on it.
Yeah, can I? Like, I need to know. I've watched
There's
a lot
one
of hours of your
blanket.
stream, and I've always wondered, like,
There's one
it's
blanket.
like very wide. It's like a park bench. It's not like a like. Look at my chair, and then look at your chair.
I love how deep your head cannon went, Andre. You looked at her stream a couple times. You're like,
No,
she's
no, no, I'm a
definitely in a
fan.
pile of blankets in a
I-
bathtub
To
in
be
a bathroom.
fair, I wouldn't say anything, but you know I'm in your stream. I'm in your stream every night for hours, and I never get to ask the hard hitting questions of what is that? Is it a bench? Is it a
It's like a
futon?
big ass chair.
Oh, it's like a recliner, a lazy boy almost. Yeah.
She's tiny, dude. She's
Oh,
like
okay.
5'1" or something.
So it's a
Yeah.
regular.
How tall are you,
human
Chaeiry?
chair.
She's really tall in person, though.
I'm pretty freaking tall. Chill.
Yeah.
Really?
And
thought
what
you
is
were,
that thing
like,
behind
Right,
the
so,
chair?
like,
is that
she's
is
like-
that a wall?
Hold on, and lights? Are those lights?
And what is that thing in front of you? Is that a microphone that you're
Yes, I have
speaking into?
lights.
What is that stuff on your head? Is
going
it
on here?
hair? Is
It's
that
just a
hair?
joke. It's a joke. I'm sorry. We can stop.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I had to know
Well,
what's.
we know
behind
what's the
curtain.
worst thing
Hey, thanks.
Andre's ever done, you know.
Oh,
Did Chaeiry say what was the worst thing she's done? I'm very curious.
I don't think so.
She said joking about racism was okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
yesterday.
With
I did
no
call-
context.
I called Viv a white.
No
I called
context, yeah.
Viv a white supremacist on Twitter. That was probably not nice of me. So yeah. It's
Oh,
probably
you
one of those things.
fucking know that, you're an ultra nationalistic person going for a palingenetic return to a sort of imagined purity, right? So how can you say you're not a white supremacist by proxy, Stardust?
You've kind of turned Viv into like a villain from like perhaps Harry Potter. I really enjoyed that.
Mm.
That was good.
Wait,
Yeah, that was like Viv doing an Alan Rickman impersonation.
Alan Rickman.
I have a little Viv impression I do. I'll talk to Viv
Yeah.
one day, but until then I impersonate her.
Because
I
the
forgot that I
fucking
did
limbs.
that. That's probably up there. I kind of don't feel too bad about it because she calls everybody else a white supremacist, but yeah.
The libs and the fucking conservatives and the fucking Nazis, Harry Potter.
Alan Rickman.
Oh my god, dude.
It's
He
good.
hates fascists. She hates them.
You know, I don't much care for him either, if I'm honest. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I
brave.
don't know.
So brave.
I'm not saying you gotta like them, but it's like, I mean, you know,
I honestly
if
love
everybody's
Viv.
a
I feel like
fascist,
she's just
if
super
everybody's a-
passionate.
she's
Yeah, she's
passionate. But it's like,
passionate.
if everyone's a fascist, is anyone a fascist? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they desire a palingenetic return to a sort of imagined
dude.
fucking purity.
Stop, dude. Stop. He said, "Are you a fascist, Harry Potter?" It's awful. Don't do it anymore.
Oh, wow.
Shit, this is real
Oh,
lore? Wait,
yo.
this is real lore.
Back to back. I know how tall you are, Booksmarts. We gotta find out. Because she looks
Dude,
like she's
she's
about
got
2'9"
Yeah.
right now.
It took her forever to get to that.
I feel like
God, she
Carrie-
really
Yeah,
is
let's see
big
a size.
bone. She had to travel to the like
Oh
east
my
wing
God.
of her.
She's like half a book.
Can you hold her on your the palm of your hand?
Yeah. Can you hold her in your arms like a
I told you I'm tall.
Do you have like a Build-A-Bear for reference?
wow. So much
Dude,
fun.
Book, I
seeing
thought
them
you were
together.
lying.
Dude,
about being in
her
Cher-
legs are
Cherry's
so
house.
long. When she stepped out of the car to meet me, dude, I was scared. Like, I almost shit myself. I saw her. She's so tall, you know? So, yeah.
Damn.
That'll teach you guys to call me short.
True. My bad.
True. True.
Sorry, Miss
Okay.
Cherry, ma'am.
All right. Second poll is going out shortly, guys.
Does this one
Um,
call me a racist? I'm very sensitive about these things.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Andre. Like, you really didn't look happy about some of these questions.
It was like, who's the best racist? No, just the poll. I'm enjoying the questions.
Oh,
I
okay.
was told that I'd have to deal with like, would you rather fuck your mom or your dad? So I was kind of warned that this was going to be delightful.
just to be fair, you know, Viv does make some good arguments. I've been in panels with her, so I don't want to like, you know, yeah, I don't want to.
Viv is my
I
friend.
actually
To be
think-
clear, we
Yeah.
are friends.
We
Yeah.
get
I actually
it. You
think
hang out with
Viv's-
white supremacists.
I think Viv's definition of fascism is great. That's, to be honest, why I like have it off the top of my head.
Yeah, she's very good at arguing with people. So I have to give her.
I
credit.
like her.
Yeah.
She has a lot of problems with stuff I do. I don't know why, but I like her. I think she's nice, and I do love her passion.
Yeah,
I think her
same.
heart's
She has
in
a
the
lot
right
of
place,
problems
and
with
she-
what I do too. So
She calls me aggressive, and I'm literally the nicest person on Twitch. So she's delusional.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not going anywhere. Like, why not try a different strategy with me? That's all. But
Yeah.
it's all good.
it's all good.
Some-
It's all good. I just wanted to throw that out there. You know, like I may have called her that, but I'm chill with her. So, chat, why are you guys not voting in these polls? One of them has 49 votes. The other one has 31. What's wrong with you guys? Hello?
Do we win something if we get elected?
Yeah, you get the raid. You get the raid at the end of the night if you win. Yeah. Here's poll 1. Okay. Jeez, you guys are so bad at voting. All right. And here's poll 2. My God, you guys are too much.
Guys, please, I need the raid. Just whatever. I say,
Vote or die.
Vote for me.
Would you
What's
even
the-
know what to do if you got a large raid, A4Andre? Have you
I
ever
would-
even gotten a
No,
large raid before?
I would watch a VOD of Supreme and Mr. Girl and pause it every time Mr. Girl interrupts. That's what I would do with a large raid.
I was really hoping you wouldn't bring that up tonight.
I'm just saying that I pause too
Damn.
frequently. I just pause too often. Should have DM'd me. I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Oh, no, it's
Um,
okay. I don't really care. I just don't want
uh,
it to be a topic.
I don't know how to do React content. I pause way too often, so I have to work on that if I want to come back into this space.
That's
Oh,
actually
I'm a pause, Andy. My chat loves it.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
actually, you're probably doing it right if you're pausing a lot because then it's fair use. You know, if you're just sitting there, you know, and you don't pause too much, then it can be a
Could
little
I
bit
pause
harder.
Master Chef enough that it's fair use or no?
Yeah.
It seems like it's fair
Maybe.
use even if you're just eating chicken during it.
No, I don't think that's true.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know
Well,
why
you can walk
Master
away
Chef
from your
is
stream
so
and cook chicken
successful.
and then come back and just eat it.
I swear to God, chat, you better be voting. There are no excuses here. Why are there are no excuses here. There are 220 of you in chat, and there's 64 votes for poll 1 and 69 votes for poll 2. This
Their
has never
hands are
happened
occupied.
before. Their hands are hockey. Stop jerking off. Stop.
If I win the poll, I'll release both Booksmarts and Chaeiry's actual height on stream. I will tell everyone. I will dox them. Well, their
You
heights.
monster.
Also, you guys should be subscribing. Okay. I use
All
my
of
brain
us?
power. I use my brain
No,
power on
sorry.
this.
So
So
how rude to the host. Just because
To
you
the
have a
host of
fancy
Stardust.
studio doesn't mean you can ask for subs while she's live.
I'm already subbed to
Jesus
Stardust. I
Christ.
can't sub to Stardust again.
You could give some stubs instead of
Oh, that's
begging for
true.
your own shit.
yeah, you know, it
Who
takes a
invited
lot
this
of
guy?
work. You know, it takes a lot of work to come up with the
Yeah.
questions for these. Okay, so
True.
we
Wait,
only
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rhizom, how much of that shit behind you is real? Is it? Are you literally just
Wild,
like in a
savage,
living room with a
disgusting
green
animal.
screen or what?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wait.
IO failure. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted
is my
subs. That
bedroom.
is so kind of you. I appreciate you.
Nice.
I love you.
That's pretty good.
I will suck
do-
your dick metaphorically.
That is like you have the most amazing like setup. I think
I don't
your
know-
entire
yeah.
layout, Rhizom, is it actually brings me back to my childhood. The Windows 2000 theme is fucking.
I
incredible.
appreciate it, man. That's what I wanted to do. This is an ode to my media diet and
pretty
all the
tight.
elements I like came up with myself. Like, so it feels very personal to me.
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
it
you're
feels
sh-
personal to
you're sh-
me.
Your setup's a lot of fun. Do you have a
Appreciate
background
it.
in like I don't know, like digital art or something? I don't know, like production?
Oh yeah,
or something?
I wasted my time and money. I went to art school. I have a bachelor's in fine arts, but at least I kind of put it to use with this shit. And I teach
Mm.
lower school and middle school technology to students, so the digital art experience I have kind of blends
Hell
into
yeah.
that a little bit too.
I would say you're fully using your education just in a cool way, you know?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Since we just talked about our favorite racists and we talked about the worst things we've done, you guys know about race play?
I learned about it through Twitch debates, so kind of not really, but kind of yeah.
Do you think that race play can go too far?
Any sexy stuff could, yeah.
When does race play go too far then?
Somebody says no.
Yeah, so we're getting into like kink territory, right?
Well, just
And this is
specifically
between-
racist stuff, race play, you know, so.
This is between two consenting adults, right?
Like, hang on, you're against people saying no books? Is that what I just heard?
Whoa.
Yeah, clip it out of context, please. Yeah, I mean, like between two consenting adults, what concern do I have? As long as they have boundaries and safe
Wow.
words and no.
Well, I mean, do you think it would be weird, like, okay, like let's say one of them starts doing like brown face or something.
Sure. Is their bedroom door locked? Should Destiny do race play in private? What's the question? I think if the door is closed and locked and it's between two consenting adults and they have the ability to revoke consent, I think they should probably do whatever they.
You're ruining
want
my
to do.
question. You're really ruining my question.
Sorry. Yeah. If you do blackface in the bedroom, I don't understand. I'm
Supposed
not
to be
answer this.
shocked,
No,
Andre.
you do understand.
Okay. What's like the wrong response here? How do I get like super?
Don't
Yeah, I
worry about
think-
it. You know what? Don't worry
No.
about it.
No. I think no. I'm ready. I'll do the take you want. I think if you're white, you ought not be doing race play. I think if you're any other race, I think it's sort of acceptable.
Oh, here's some more anti-white racism.
This is why Brittany and her friends think a war is coming, is takes like that, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you want for this content, right? I think Stardust, you can do race play. Booksmarts, probably not. Wickedsupreme, definitely not.
First they came for my sex blackface, and I said nothing.
Brown, savage, disgusting animal.
Stardust, in your chat, somebody just gifted a sub to Racely Plays.
Nice.
Wait, I have to know if that's a real channel. That's an actual. Hold on, I'm doing some.
Yeah, it's an actual channel. What if the safe word is like a slur? Like, what if the safe word is the N word?
That's a good safe word. I don't think anybody would miss that one.
There should it's a perfect safe word because you shouldn't be saying it otherwise. It's like you
Ooh.
want to pick a safe word that's never going to come out like through the natural course of intercourse, right? Like through the
Correct.
interaction.
I feel like that's part of the race play, though, half the time, right? You'd be like stopping way more than starting.
I feel like if that's your safe word, it's like the best measure of your moral character because you're basically choosing it because you would never say it otherwise.
Yeah. this
Or
should
at
be
least
good.
you wouldn't say it during sex, right? It should be a word that like you can say or would say.
Or if it's like no, if
Everybody
it's like
should
during
do it.
role play or something like that, like it's like okay, no matter what, this word is never going to come out, so it means stop. It's the big red stop button, no matter what.
Can I rephrase your question because I think this one's a little more fun?
Okay.
Stardust, what extent of race play would you engage in with your partner? Like, if your partner wanted to do race play, where would you draw the boundary?
That's pretty personal.
That's a very
Damn.
personal question.
I'll go first. No.
Oh, go for it. Give us the
You'll
dirt.
go first, so then I guess we'll all feel comfortable, right?
I mean, like, no, I think this is a more fun one. And also, I thought I was going to be asked if I'd fuck my mom or my dad. What
I have to
stream is this?
change
Are we-
things. I have to change things up. Okay. So
I was
you
trying
know,
to debate that
I
with
think
my
who
chat,
is
too.
your favorite? Who is your favorite racist? Was a pretty good one. You didn't appreciate that one. I thought that was pretty
I
funny.
loved it. I thought I was going to get pushback. I said Destiny, and everybody agreed, so we moved on. But on this one, it seems like everybody would agree that between consenting adults.
What type of pushback did you think you were going to get?
Okay. Well, what part is race play too much for you?
Well, I think that's just a personal thing because I don't really like degradation, right? But
Yeah.
if my partner wanted to be called slurs, I guess I do it. I mean, like I guess I would do this, right?
I'll be
No?
honest, that sounds really fun. Like,
Wait, saying
this
slurs?
wouldn't
or
even be a hesitant no. It'd be like a yeah. I mean,
an
you know.
enthusiastic.
I don't
What's
know, it'd be
worse,
kind-
if your partner wants you to call them slurs, or if they want you to like spit on them?
Oh my
Which
god.
do you think you're being more disrespectful?
Chaeiry, can I just fast forward here because I'm talking to somebody. I'm single now and I'm having a lot of fun, Supreme. And there's a girl I'm interested in, but she's just somebody help me. Stardust. She water sports is her thing, and this is like the
Oh.
ultimate degradation, right? Oh, she's so attractive, like scolding hot. She's kind of interesting too.
You
I
gotta
like
cool
her.
her down. You gotta whip out the old frock clothes and fucking.
True.
I think she wants to cool me down,
You gotta
and
cool
I just.
off.
I
That's what
don't
she
know if
wants.
I
Oh wait,
decided-
she wants to cool
I
you down.
think she wants to cool me down. I'm pretty confident she wants to
Oh,
cool me
I
off.
see. I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's getting
okay.
icy. She has
Wait.
to release temperature.
That might
There's
be.
too much cleanup involved.
That's what I said. I'm like, do you want me to lay down a tarp or like how messy is this
Yeah,
getting?
it's
I
just
just-
too much cleanup.
Listen,
You know, there's an excellent video by Vosh where he goes into detail about this.
about golden showers? No.
Yes,
Really?
yes, yeah. It's called Chadsplaining, and it's like a video about how to flirt with people, and then at the end he spends 10 minutes just talking about peeing on people.
Wait, you're
No
talking about
shit.
Hassan, right? Not
No, Vosh.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Really?
Hassan's thing.
Chad
yeah.
splaining versus Chad Vice, I guess.
I see.
Oh wait, maybe it is Chad Vice. I don't know.
Chad Vice is
Wait,
Hassan. Chad
I feel
splaining,
like-
I don't know.
I need more information. Does she just want to like pee on you, or are we talking like squirting where it's like 50% pee?
This is what I asked because I was like, well, squirting is kind of a thing that I've experienced before, so maybe this is okay. And I'm like, I literally was like, are you gonna come to my house and I'm gonna lay
Squirting
out a
is
tarp?
not water sports. I wouldn't even say
Correct.
squirting
Exactly.
is
I
water.
wouldn't call it water.
Correct, but I'd say they're friends. And anyways, I
No, they're totally different. The sensations are totally different. One
Friends?
is the kink that they want to
They're
get off
friends?
on, like, releasing urine
Sure,
onto you, and
sure,
the other
you-
is like a response, like a biological response to an orgasm.
Don't
Yeah, so
disrespect
which
my
one is
nearly-
she?
My,
Voluntary.
hold on, my analogy was poetic. You and I are different, but friends. That's what I'm saying. They're homies. I think
They're not even
I
friends.
guess
They just have the same hair color.
you and I are not friends anymore. But the point is that I asked, do I lay down a tarp? And then there's like towels, and she was like, no, just like during sex. I'm just gonna like if I'm enjoying myself, and I'm like, huh. Should I do like waterproof sheets or like? And what am I gonna ask her? Like how much? Like by volume? I need to prepare. Like
It-
do I ask for a forecast, Chaeiry, or like what do I need to know? Like how do I prepare?
It sounds like waterproof sheets, and if she's not giving you any more prep than that, she might just like not know how to not pee when she comes. I don't know. That's like what that sounds like to me.
Really?
Maybe
At least she's
she's
telling
never
you.
done it before. Maybe she's never done it
Yeah.
before. That's why she doesn't know. Right?
Yeah.
There's
Go
like bedwetting kits you can buy or something if you you know if you wanna-
Yeah,
I
if
exactly.
gotta
you really
get
want to
that.
go
Go
this
in that
route.
part.
Like
I
Go
gotta
to
get
that
that.
it's
section
not
of
like
Target.
rubber sheets. Yeah, like it's made for like normal sheets on top of it. You
to
know,
bring
and
it-
you just
to
gotta
bring it
wash
back
the sheets,
together,
I guess.
I'd try anything twice, guy. I would like, you know, if my partner's really into race play, I'll fucking around with it. I'll try anything.
I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying to myself, but I don't know. I wouldn't be comfortable. I'd be like, I think you need to get therapy. Like, I don't need.
Maybe-
I don't know. I don't
maybe-
mean to be mean,
That's
but
kind of what
maybe
I
you
was
never-
gonna say. Like, it feels
I was
really
like-
weird.
Hold on, judgmental. You need to get therapy. Maybe you've never been a simp. Like, can I say simp? Maybe you've never been down bad like me. Maybe you just really want to know.
uh-huh. I mean, look, love's love. You can't like,
True.
you know, whatever your partner's into, you want to support them. But like to me,
Which-
that's like affecting how I carry myself. You know.
So then let's get to the question Stardust asked me, which I felt was very personal, but I engaged anyway. Race play. I'm really
okay,
important.
just you're okay.
I
all right.
wouldn't do it.
That's fair.
Right.
I mean, I guess you know, I wouldn't do slurs. That's for sure. I wouldn't do anything like I don't know. Degrading seems like just.
What if it's
I don't know.
your slur? What if she wants you to call her like the saltine?
Ooh.
Call her like
No.
like
She wants to
another
call
white
you.
person?
She wants
Oh,
to call
okay, yeah, that way.
She wants to call me?
I kind of
I
want
gotta
to.
think about it. I'd have to think about it, but I don't know. It feels just as bad. It feels like I'm enabling racism too, in a sense.
I think I'd be fine
Yeah,
with
maybe.
saltine. It seems like silly enough that I don't really care, but like I
Well,
I can't
saltine,
imagine
yeah, I guess.
if somebody wanted to like degrade me while we fuck. I don't know. I'm not down for that really. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm just too
I'm with Ryan
close-minded.
on
Maybe I'm
that.
just too close-minded, man. I don't
Book,
know.
Booksmarts is smiling ear to ear. I gotta know what's going
That's
on.
what
in
I'm
the bedroom,
saying.
Booksmarts.
Book seems to be enlightened on this issue.
I'm
Talk to
blown
us.
away. It seems so interesting, like on either side of it, to the point where I'm wondering if maybe this is something I want. Like I don't know. It sounds fun. Like I don't see the objections to it. If anything, I see this as like funny as fuck. I don't know.
So I don't know that I would like that done to me, you know, like being called slurs and like being degraded or like that. I might do it to somebody else if they want it. Like like that sounds like kind of funny to me. Like, but I always make jokes. I'm more of like the person who makes jokes. Like, so like, you know, like I've said before, like, God, this is gonna sound horrible. Like I make jokes all the time about like being filled with white power and stuff like that. So I think it's funny, but like, but I don't know. I don't want to be called those words. I might make that joke with somebody, but like I wouldn't want to be called slurs and stuff. So.
I feel like for you, it'd feel like you're like on a panel in the bedroom or some shit.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I just that is true though. That's been my experience on more than a couple of panels, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to I don't want to feel like degraded during that, I guess. So, maybe I think I feel degraded enough like on a daily basis. So, yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe my problem is I don't get degraded enough on a daily basis. That's why it's like kind of attractive. Like, yeah, call me say I'm a fucking arsler or something. I kind of like that. Yeah, hit me with it, right?
I love you, Book.
Wow.
Booksmarts and I are gonna hop into a call after this. We're gonna work this out. We're gonna work this out.
Gonna figure out the water sports issue.
I never
Yeah.
understood kinks. Like, does anybody here have a kink?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
of course. Wait. Are you telling me you and the missus are doing kind of like crazy missionary, or you get a
well,
little
not
spicy,
okay,
right?
Crazy.
First off, doggy style and cowgirl are not kinks. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay.
I just
No, I'm pretty
Wow.
boring. I'm pretty vanilla. Like for
Okay.
me, like honestly, a thing that I think like the thing that is the sexiest thing to me is literally just like a fucking naked woman. I'm like sexually still in middle school or something like that. That's a great clip right there. But like honestly, I always figure that kinks are things that develop when people, you know, like have a lot of sex and become bored of the same old, so they gotta like find new shit. It's never been the case for me.
I don't think it's
Like,
necessarily that,
reg-
but
Regular dry vanilla sex has never like lost its edge for me in that way.
I had a few things I've tried, but it's always so much more effort, and like it's not like necessary for me to get off. I feel like for some people, they have like a higher threshold
So,
for where
to
they
be-
can come.
To be clear about like my personal relationship with kinks, it's not that I can't get off. Like I would enjoy McDonald's, but there's definitely a better meal out there with the right seasonings. It gets a little bit better, is all I'm saying. So I like, and maybe I'm a bit desensitized from vanilla. Sorry, Chaeiry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think vanilla is probably the best when it's like two people who've already learned each other's bodies. Like I don't think any kink like surpasses like that type of vanilla. Or at least to me. And that's probably because I'm like a romantic at heart.
I think I was with somebody for a really long time, and exploring a couple of new things like was not bad. Obviously, like vanilla is still good, but like I don't know, it was nice to try new things. So when I was previously and I don't know, maybe this is no amount of time to you guys since you guys are like pretty much married. So I was with somebody for like almost 5 years, and so I think it was exciting, but I guess it wasn't necessary all the time. So yeah.
You know what? I'll go one further. I even think that like sex, like the penetration and shit like that, the intercourse part is like the least exciting part of sex to me. It's like a thing that you just like, you order a delicious meal and eventually like it has to be eaten or whatever.
Yeah.
But like that's not the most exciting part of it for me. Like again, I don't know. I just maybe it's a development thing where I'm like,
Wait, so when you
ahead.
go to a restaurant, you enjoy entering the restaurant and sniffing the atmosphere and sitting
little
down
bit.
and
looking
like,
at the menu and
combing the
ordering
a
menu.
little bit.
Like
It's
that's
there and
Yeah, a little
okay.
bit, yeah.
That's more satisfying. Okay, all right.
finishing the meal is like not as satisfying as like taking your first bites is more, I think, the analogy I would use here. Like, you know,
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I will
Not-
say though, when it comes to like new partners or stuff like that, like just being able to explore is like also fun. Something about like the first time you meet someone, like this is a great time to experiment and just like what's it like to fuck someone with a brown paper bag like over their face, like that type of shit. There's just a time and a place for that, in my opinion.
I
You
would
kind of don't
agree
want to
that-
be in your long-term relationship and just, I don't know, experiment with like, I don't know, peeing, because you might just destroy it after that.
No, meh, I mean, I guess I think I agree with Supreme entirely that the buildup is almost more important than the climax, because without a proper buildup, the explosion is just not the same. I know this isn't a sex podcast, although I'm trying to turn it into one. I think kinks can sort of enhance your romantic life and try a couple. I don't know. Have you? Never mind. We don't need to get too personal. I was gonna ask like, if you guys have tried it before. Because to say that like I don't really
what,
like
water
it.
sports? Is that what
Maybe-
you're asking?
No. Maybe
Oh.
maybe a more widely accepted kink like a role playing or like bondage or anything like that. Would you try it? No.
I personally, it's like I don't know.
Sorry
Would
if
I
this is too
would I
far.
try? I'm not even that motivated to try it. If I'm
Yeah, that's fair.
honest,
That's fair. Yeah,
I don't know.
I can see that.
It's not the part of
Seems
sex
Brown,
like
that I like.
savage, disgusting
This is-
animal.
It's like a lot of work, man.
That's
Yeah,
the
there's
only
that
work
too.
that no, that's the only work that matters. Why am I doing anything else? Like shit.
I'm too old for that shit, man. That's
I
how
don't
I
agree
see
with
it.
that.
I'm with Supreme. Like as you get older, I feel like you just appreciate someone just like giving themselves like fully to you and like being alone with you like that. Like
That's
I don't know.
true.
I think it's more of like a bonding human to human thing.
Yeah, there's
Psychological.
Old for a pair of handcuffs. That's
There-
what I think.
I agree. Until
Well,
I break
it's-
my hip, I'm good. I'm fucking around.
I think that there's like something that's like super special about somebody who knows you that deeply, I guess. And just knowing
Mhm.
that you're both going to be satisfied at the end of it. Obviously, like there are other things that can be exciting, but just the fact that there's like this comfort afterwards, or this comfort even during, right? Or safety, I guess, is probably unmatched, I guess, by
Yeah.
other things. Yeah.
Well,
so,
you get to be like vulnerable with somebody, completely
Yeah.
vulnerable.
yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I have more fun watching kinks than the idea of like doing them myself.
Look, okay. I don't
Rhizom,
wanna- I
can you
didn't
do
wanna-
your impression of
Andre.
Vivian? She's in she's
Oh,
in
is
the
she
chat.
in chat?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
can you do Vivian talking about kinks?
No, it's I have one
Okay.
package line
You call
that
someone a
gets me in the
smashes.
Viv mood.
Sorry, go
okay?
ahead. Let's hear it.
And it's fucking somebody who seeks a palingenetic return to a sort of imagined purity, right? And is realized by a sort of majority class identity, sort of moving towards either the purity of the white race or religious identities. Oh, I fucked it up. You guys put me on the spot. I can't do it.
God damn it.
I gotta give her the clip. I have a clip. More
So
fucking. I gotta give her the clip.
I think I do have some guidance for you. If you, I don't know if you want to talk about it now or like we can wait after Andre, but like squirting versus pee, that sort of thing. Like I, do have experience. I've had a significant other that like squirt, and that was like,
Andre,
a big part of sex with us.
Start a sex podcast.
Yeah,
True.
so I had one before.
True.
I used to do I did the auditorium, the political shit show on Wednesdays, and then I did sex and relationships on Fridays, and I had way more fun on that one than the political one. So maybe I'll start it again. We'll see. And I had a dating show. That was fun.
Yeah, that was big.
Shit was big. Still didn't make any money. It was...
Wait, dating show the same as you swiping on Tinder?
No. So like a
Oh, okay.
bachelor kind of thing, bunch of guys and a
Twitchlorette.
gal, and yeah, Twitchlorette. Yep. Sex, politics, and religion, except not religion really.
Our
You s-
man, fuck.
Go.
All right.
What happened, Star?
Nothing. I'm just looking at this list here. Okay, but we still haven't answered the question about like race play, right? Or no, we did
It's
answer the
great.
question.
I think we
Okay,
answered
never
it.
mind. I mean, if somebody also asked me like to do like white face or brown face or black face, like that would be too much work for me. I would do that once as like what I want to do with white face is I would love to go to like a white supremacist rally wearing white face. I think that would be super funny, but like I don't know that I want to bring that into like my personal life, you know.
I don't think they'd find it very funny.
They wouldn't find
I
it
think
funny.
they'd be
I
pretty
would find
mad
it
about-
hilarious. I would find it.
Yeah,
I
but
only do jokes for myself, so I would go and I
Okay.
would like emerge
be
out of the
pretty mad.
crowd and I'd start chanting what they say. I'd come
You're
out
not gonna
full
last
white
long.
face.
You won't
They'd
be there very
so
long.
mad, dude. Oh, it'd be so funny. So funny.
If it goes well, what if they make you their leader?
You
They
know what
won't.
throws me off is when the guy wants the girl to dress up like a schoolgirl. That's a little off to me.
See, Cherry and I are gonna do a sex show. I'm still thinking about it
So-
too. What is the? If
True.
You
a
know what the
guy- if a-
schoolgirl is? The schoolgirl is just like a variation of the librarian.
No,
so I-
it's pretty
Yeah.
specific.
I'll
It's
do-
just
Sexy
like a
librarian
student
is
is just a
request.
variation of the teacher. Come on, no, it's not.
no, for sure. But I think this is like sexist, and I think you're supporting the patriarchy with this take. Of course, I'm dressing up like a schoolgirl or a librarian, and how dare you? I'd say that I shouldn't.
Hey, to
You
some
can.
degree, I can understand it because it's like living your teenage dreams, maybe in a way that's consensual and doesn't like lead to any child abuse or something. To that
I
extent,
never
can
went to
maybe
school with
understand
anyone
it.
who dressed like that, though.
You have to
Yeah,
go
but
to
we
like
all
a private
watched Britney
school.
Spears. We
true.
all watched Britney Spears, and Britney
Yeah,
Spears
Mhm.
was like
true.
the.
Is that toxic?
No,
No,
it
hit
was,
me, baby, one more
Hit
time.
me,
Very
baby.
One
Yeah.
more time. Boom, boom. Glad she's free.
It's just a cute outfit. I don't think there's more to it.
I'd look good in a little plaid skirt.
I don't know. There's a little more to it, bookfucker, when they're like, do the pigtails too. You know, they're not
But
just
that's Britney
asking for the
Spears.
skirt.
All I hear is
Look,
they
Britney
want the
Spears
ribbon
had
in
the
the hair.
pigtails.
Wait. What does this mean? What does this hairstyle have to do with anything? Why is this? You're judging right now. You're
Yeah.
kink shaming, and I'm
They're
offended.
just-
by
I'm
it.
not judging. I'm just pointing out when somebody requests a young person's outfit and a childish hairstyle.
Yeah, when they
Hold
ask for
on.
the pacifier and the rattler, that's when
Hold
I know it's
on.
going.
Hold on. I'm not having a conversation with anyone who had a conversation with Mr. Girl judging me about my age play.
Oh, I'm
You let-
judging you.
You let me. No,
Oh.
hold on. You let me do what I want to do in the bedroom. Fuck out of here.
To be clear,
Age
age
play,
play
huh?
is different.
That's what we
than,
call
like,
it now?
Schoolgirl.
I don't know. I don't actually know what age play is. I probably shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
Oh, age play is like daddy dom little girl shit. It's like you're like two adults, but one of you acts like a child and the other acts like an adult.
So like daddy dom is
Doesn't
like
sound
cool,
good.
but like the other side of it, I'm not super interested in.
Daddy dom is really cool.
No. Hold on. Somebody calls you daddy. I don't want to butcher.
Yeah,
your
there's
name.
nothing
Oh,
wrong
no,
with
it's
calling
not.
somebody. Wait, no, wait. Okay, if we're gonna talk about this, like, there's a difference between just calling somebody daddy and actually like partaking in that specific like kink,
And actually
right?
being their father.
Right.
Yes.
Wait. I almost stepped in that.
Sorry.
By the way, guys, one time I saw my dad's dick. So
Also, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Zaddy.
Zaddy.
Oh, that's the new thing, yeah.
like calling
What
a dude
what is
daddy
a
is just like
zaddy?
calling him boss or something, you know? Like that's all it is.
There's
guess.
the kink is a little more involved than that. Like there's a couple on I think it's Truly, the YouTube website, the YouTube channel, where this girl has like a set of rules for herself that daddy wrote up, and she's basically like living the life of a child because she doesn't have a job, and so like she sits at home all day and kind of like just like chills out, but when he comes home she's like playing with toys and he's like watching her, and he takes her to the park and shit like that. It's a lot more involved than just like calling someone daddy.
Right. So, and again, I don't know the extent of age play, but as far as like dom and sub and like calling someone daddy and like that shit is hot to me. I think that's It's tight. Works.
Yeah, if
But
it's
all of a
not
sudden
age
you
play, it's
changed the
just
words.
well, if it's not age play, it's just like the equivalent of calling somebody boss or calling somebody like, king or something, right? So
Chad's asking how I know all this. I'm a React Andy. How do you think I know all this?
That's a likely story.
Reacting to a lot of porn.
Mm,
By yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Truly is a great YouTube channel if you guys have never watched it.
Speaking of
interested.
porn, like, what the hell is with the stepbrother, stepsister stuff, man? That is fucking weird. I'm sorry.
Sometimes you just get stuck in a dryer. You need stepbro to help you out. It's like
True.
completely reasonable. There's nothing.
That
What?
stuff makes a little bit of sense to me.
Getting stuck in a dryer.
No, just like the taboo of like this like sexual interest that, like you can't have kind of thing.
Why? But it's morally neutral.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me.
We can go down to the debate memes. But yeah, I think it's just that. It's like this like taboo love. I don't know. People like fantasize about in a weird way. But it's weirder, I think, if you are someone who has a step person. I don't know.
Somebody with a stepsister. I watch that stuff, and if I'm being real with you, it's because I think the production quality is like pretty consistent with a lot of the studios that make that stuff. Like the scenarios are funny. The porn stars actually like try to act it a little bit, and like I kind of need that for it to work. I don't know. So
Yeah,
like
it's the only porn where like you have to. Part of the porn is that you have to pretend it's not what it's like portraying itself.
don't have
Like,
to
you kinda have to
pretend
put
that
on your
it's not.
blinders.
You just don't project your real life onto it. It's like a separate. It's these two people. Like I don't know. When I watch porn, I always think it's like two other people doing stuff. I don't like self insert into the thing. I like watch something going on.
So you're saying you need a story. You need to have a
Yeah.
backstory. You can't just have two just animals going at it. You need to know
Even
what,
if people
what
just
brought
get
them
stuck.
together.
Like if they're
Hmm.
super glued to a table, it's like, well, this is better than just like something random. I don't know.
That's fair.
Like, this is my Filipino wife that I'm banging, and it's just some dude fucking. And I don't know, it just jumps into it. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't like this at all.
I love the two porn choices in Booksmart's world.
I gotta be honest, like, I feel like there is a lack of, like, I grew up in finding my fucking parents' porn stash, and like the porn that was being made in the 70s and 80s was like full feature productions and shit. And
True.
like, even if I go back and watch some of that stuff now, it's way more exciting because, again, it's like the thing that's exciting about sex is like the tension and the buildup, you know? I don't know.
I don't
Dude,
think
I
I've
grew
ever
up with
seen anything
LimeWire
like that.
downloads. I'm in a different world. Sorry, Star.
It's like the context of
Oh,
two
that's cool.
people's lives, and yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's a really popular series that was like incest porn or stepbro porn or whatever the fuck from like the 70s and 80s. It was called Taboo. And this was one that apparently my parents were into. And but it's like a combination of the two things. Booksmarts looks like he's familiar
I'm familiar with that.
Wait, why do you know that your parents were into it?
because that's the porno tapes that they had that I fucking watched as a kid
Oh.
I'm
when
just.
they weren't at
Do you
home.
guys think you
I'm-
share like things that you're into with your family members? Like, do you think
Oh,
your family
no.
members like think
Oh no.
secretly think
I
this?
wish.
You probably could.
I wish.
I mean, you inherit most of their values before you question them, right? So like,
Ah.
there's probably something there.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm definitely like fast forwarding through the story. Maybe I'm a heathen. I'm just like.
Well, wait a minute. We got a
like, just-
good question here. Like, I
I
think
know,
we
I'm
need to
trying to
explore
avoid
this
it.
more.
I'm trying to avoid it.
Like,
Wait,
Wicked
why?
Supreme clearly likes the same thing as his parents, right? So maybe there's
Well,
like something there.
To be clear, I it's not my thing, but I was using that as a way to relate a current porn trend to a trend that's been around, but like a
Mhm.
substantial difference in the production or the fucking format or the structure of like today's porn versus yesterday's porn. I'm with Booksmarts. I have step siblings. I have two stepsisters, and there's no way you could ever get me to think of them sexually. It's okay. Like, it's
Well-
not a thing I'm interested. It's not a feeling I've ever felt.
People inherit their parents' musical taste. Like, what's the big deal if like you also inherit their sexual taste?
I think this is distinctly different because your parents share their music with you. Whereas
Yeah,
frequently they
that
do
sh-
not share their porn.
My
That should
my
be so
mom
different.
never shared music with me. I was actually the one sharing music with her. She was way too busy working. So any music taste that she developed was like from me.
I would say
So-
the distinction still holds true. I didn't share any porn with my mom growing up. I wasn't like, yo, check this one out. I think you'll really like it. I think it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little different.
Well, I
Could
didn't
be
share
taught
either
in the
when they
subtext,
weren't
you know?
home, but yeah.
But like, okay, what about types? Like if you have a type, you know, like, do you think you would share that with your parents? Like,
Ooh,
Oh,
maybe.
like a type
No.
of boyfriend or girlfriend or something.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably, maybe. If my dad asked, yeah, like I would tell my dad.
I think
I
this
mean,
depends on how
but-
close
but it's
families
sharing-
are, right?
But sharing, by sharing, I mean like, do you think you would have that in common with your family members?
Not necessarily.
If we're talking
No.
about type of partner, I know my dad and I don't have the same, like, my dad has, like, very structured, like, she has to have long hair, and she has to be, like, quite feminine, you know what I mean? Like, whereas I don't, this isn't, like, quite important to me. But as far as porn, we haven't had that, I can text him, but we haven't had that talk, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chaeiry. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I think my mom says I have similar taste to her, where I pick men with low standards.
Wow.
Damn.
That's kind of her to say.
Ouch.
Is that real? Like, do you really feel that way,
I-
or what?
I don't feel that way. My mom feels that way.
Oh, I see.
Your mom expected you to nod along to that? Like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Eric and I laugh about it, but she literally tells Eric that he has low standards.
What the fuck?
She must be playing though.
No, my mom's a bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
How good does Eric look in those Victoria's Secret tights, though?
Yo, he be looking fine.
He single-handedly like motivated me to get in shape, and I'm not short of people that are in good shape in my life, like men that could be potentially fitness role models.
I don't know if he's buff. I just saw him caked up in some Victoria's Secret tights. I was like, all right, that's stallion.
If you don't mind us talking about your man's body, like
Can I
Oh,
objectify
talk
your
about it.
partner?
it is like
Objectify it.
it is ideal because it's not overt. It's not like bulky. He's not like bulky. Like really, I was like, fuck, man. Like I should work for a body like that. He's not, like intimidating or threatening or big or like beefy or anything. But he's like
Mhm.
clearly in really, really
He's
good
just
shape.
solid.
Yeah, that's a perfect word. Yeah, I think so.
Bodybuilders often look like, to me, they look like croissants, and I don't think that's hot. But he has like a good build, you know what I mean, where he's not too large.
You okay,
Uh,
Booksmarts?
Not wait, what? What?
I don't know.
wait.
You look especially flushed. Should I be worried?
What's going on over there?
You know what he
Just
looks like? He
Not
looks like
commenting.
he looks like the default male warrior character in like an action game or something
Yeah.
like that. Like the
Yeah,
fighter class or something.
Yeah,
Like he seriously
warrior
looks like he
class.
was pressed in a fucking I don't know.
I don't mean to cut short the praise, but I do wanted to I did want to hear what IRI was going to say about sharing similar tastes with
Oh.
your parents.
Well, just a quick story because my dad took my older brother to get a Playboy or something. I don't know. My dad used to go to like the bookstore and check out Playboys and just walk. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but he took my brother before he was 18 to get a Playboy or something, and he told me, "I'll take you when you turn 18." But he never did, so I don't think it went well. I think
That
he was like,
fucker.
"Oh fuck, I fucked that
Oh.
up." So I'm not gonna do that again.
That's
Oh
funny
my
as fuck.
god! You think your brother went for like the craziest one, the craziest magazine there, and then your dad's like, "Oh no."
I can't imagine what happened because it seems pretty innocent. Like, here's a Playboy, just do whatever you're gonna do. So something went wrong. So I don't know. Maybe.
You get a rain
Oh,
check. I
maybe
feel like
it
he
was
should
like-
still have to take you.
Maybe it's like maybe he went for like a family thing, and then it was awkward. Because that would be
Oh.
awkward, Maybe you got a book that was like I don't know, stepmoms and stuff, So
I don't know. Something happened though. I thought it was a little interesting. But I also want to say, like, back in the day before the internet, you had to have a movie because you weren't going to get a collection of like short clips or something. You know, you couldn't just click on a million things. So you had to have like the hour, 20-minute movie. So yeah, I remember watching like porn, literally movies back in the day where you'd like fast forward to the next scene, like 10 minutes of dialogue and shit. Like people wouldn't stand for that nowadays.
I remember.
They had like VHS and DVDs of like back-to-back scenes though as well.
Yeah,
True, but like,
I remember finding a chest full of magazines, and like when I opened it, it was like glowing, and I was like, and I like, I remember neatly putting the magazines back as to not get caught, so my uncle never knew.
I feel like
You think
towards
they-
the bottom they'd be more and more stuck together. That would be.
Come on, dude.
You know they knew too, because they knew how they left it.
Yeah, but my uncle's a hero. He never confronted me on it, and I appreciate that.
True.
True.
These are some fun questions tonight, Star.
Thanks.
When do we get to the good ones?
Wow.
I'm here to roast. I'm sorry. I'm busting chops.
Okay, I'm
Hopefully
putting
there's
poll.
another taco for him to start eating.
I'm putting poll 3 into the chat right now. Let's see here. Poll 3, guys. Please vote. You don't disappoint me again, chat. Okay. Remember
Wait, is it because you want me to be quiet or
No, I don't want you to be quiet.
no? The taco comment.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is that I didn't realize that you were getting like some mukbang like
Oh no.
advertisement or something. Okay.
You guys want to find out if I got waterproof sheets or not? Vote for me. Let's get this raid, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Really milking it right now.
Chat can help you shop for your waterproof sheets.
Amazon tonight.
You guys must
I think
have
it's
some...
cool.
Oh, go ahead.
I just think it's cool that she told you that, Andre. Like, that's pretty cool that she was willing to tell you that, you know? She wasn't worried how you would react.
Yeah, no, there's something about that. Just trusting and
Telling him was probably half
confident in
the
it.
fun. It's probably part of the kink.
Yes. I think she wanted to see my reaction. I think she's like, "What do you mean?" She definitely poised it like it was like, "Yeah, I just like to pee," and I'm like,
Tell her let's try it in the shower or something like that first.
"Yeah."
Wait,
I
did
think
you
that's a good
bond with
idea.
her? Let her know you pee like 3 times a day. You like to do it too.
I also pee.
What?
You're just
No
voting
way,
for your
you-
favorite, guys. Vote for your favorite, okay? You're voting for your favorite. So vote for the person. Yes, vote for your favorite.
It doesn't feel that gross until it like dries, Andre. So as
Maybe-
long as you like get
Oof.
cleaned up quick.
Yeah, maybe we just go right.
No,
to the
it's all
shower.
about color. If it's yellow, it's gonna gross you out.
Yo, okay, Supreme. I was like, do you mind if I send you like a case of water? Do you think you could just like?
That's how you listen. The composition is not terribly different, and don't try to get a taste because your tongue won't be able to tell, but your eyes can tell. Okay.
It does smell worse if you're dehydrated, right?
Yeah. You're drinking like
It's more
Mountain Dew
concentrated,
and-
I think.
You
Yeah.
guys
drinking
have
G
more
Fuel
experience
all
in this
month?
territory than I do, so.
Hold on, you don't piss? You know what pee smells like?
Well, I guess I do. Yeah, I mean, like, it sounds like people here have had personal experiences with this specific topic.
I just really focus in on the color of my pee every day.
Me too.
It's-
To,
yeah.
to know if I'm
That's
doing the right
healthy.
things. Yeah, drinking
Yep.
the right stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're if your pee's super yellow, you need to drink way more. You know, it's important to
Mhm.
look at what's in there when you're done.
We've got 2 topics left / activities. They're topics / activities. We're not doing the MS Paint this round in this show. So
Okay.
the next thing is this person, it's an audience submission. They are going to give you guys like a category, and you choose what you think best fits it. Okay, so it's an audience submitted one. I made a little video for it though, so I want to share it to you guys. All right, chat, can you see it? Chat can see it. Okay. I just started streaming it to the chat. So let me know when you're all ready. Okay.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see
Yep.
it.
Okay. All right. And this would be the time. Oh. So I'll give you guys like 1 minute, and you can tell me what song
I
you
already
think.
know my answer.
You already know your answer?
Yes, because I've thought about this before.
Okay.
What? I don't even
Oh,
understand the rules. What I'm
Stream,
supposed
Yeah.
to do with
stream,
that?
your stream did not hear the audio. The audio for a stream was you play this song backwards and you hear the Jeffrey Epstein, what was it? Flight recordings or something like
Flight
Flight
logs.
logs. Yeah.
Flight logs,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what it is you're given a category, and then you choose what you think is the best for that. And then you explain why. I think
Sorry,
I think that's pretty fun. So that is the
or
category.
specific song? I'm
So,
not
no. Yeah, sorry. I'm explaining like this segment. So,
Okay.
so you would choose a specific song that you think would fit this the best, and then we'll like, yeah.
We pick a song that fits that?
Yeah, what you think would be the best for that. If you played a song backwards, what song do you think would be most likely to reveal the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a pedophile by Mr. Girl, probably.
No, that's the one you play forward.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, backwards is hard. I don't know.
I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to think about it.
I was thinking if like Bill Clinton like ever had like a saxophone like rendition of something out there.
It's literally like every R.
Wait,
Kelly
chat
song.
didn't hear it? Did you guys
I
really
was
not
like,
hear
that-
it?
Just all of them.
That's what I was
True.
gonna say. Cherry stole mine.
Okay, let me just stream it to chat really quickly. They didn't hear it. Wow. Okay, I'll just play the audio for you guys in chat.
Oh, I've got my answer.
Oh, it's still not playing for them. Wow. You know what? I'll just upload it to YouTube or something. It's basically what it is. All right. What it is if you play the song backwards, you'll hear the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs. Yeah.
Where did you steal this meme from?
One of the people in chat came up with it.
They make the video too.
No, I made the video.
It's really good.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought it was a fun category.
I'm ready to go. Does anyone still need time?
I feel like if I don't go first or second, I'm gonna get my answer swiped.
Okay. Well, Rhizom first, then A4Andre. Okay.
Yeah, Friday by Rebecca Black.
Why?
If you guys don't know, the guy who produced that song used to make songs with children all the time. He has like another song called like ABCD or some shit like that, ABCDEFG, with like another child star. So I just thought it would be perfect.
She's making like real music now.
Is he really? I
Yeah,
believe it.
she's making
Oh
some
yeah, he became
bangers,
like a
too.
solo artist. Yeah.
Yeah, she's making some bangers.
Oh, Rebecca Black. Oh, I thought you meant her producer. Yeah. They
Yeah.
both have their own career now.
Yeah.
Patrice or some shit. It's the old H3 memes.
Yeah.
Are we all giving our answers now?
Yeah, do you want me to hop in or? This
Yeah,
is, like,
you
too
go.
polite.
Whoever does dibs, you know. So
I gotta go before Andre. R. Kelly, Trapped in the Closet, chapters 1 through 9.
How about the Dave Chappelle "Let Me Pee on You" remix? I'm sorry to make this all about me. I was thinking R. Kelly as well, and since you took that, I'm probably gonna go with Michael Jackson, "Smooth Criminal." Hmm?
oh,
Hmm? No, I didn't know.
Can I do multiple? I got a bunch came to mind. I got a whole fucking
Yeah, I got none. Do one
Okay.
for me, because I got none.
I got a whole deck of them. Okay. Number 1, I Don't Want to Grow Up by the Ramones. Okay. Number 2, Old Man by Neil Diamond, because you play it backwards. You become the opposite of an old man.
Nice.
What happens? Number 3, Eddie Money, 2 Tickets to Paradise. Everybody knows that one.
I got
Why 2 Tickets to Paradise?
it's
2 Tickets to Paradise.
Oh, I
It's in
get
the-
it. I get
it's in
it.
the
I get
title.
it. I get it. I get it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm voting Wicked Supreme on this one.
Uh-oh.
Booksmarts?
IRI just, I think, actually didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't know.
can't think of any?
I don't listen to a lot of music, so like I don't know a lot of songs and bands and shit like that. I'm pretty boring.
Disagree with that.
Booksmarts.
I'm just gonna go with the mystical one. I don't know. It's a hard question.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, really hard. Must be hard to come up with one answer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought these were all pretty good suggestions. I don't know. I feel like, do you guys want to explain why yours is?
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
Michael Jackson was accused of pedophilia, and Smooth Criminal would be like Jeffrey Epstein evading the punishment for his crime.
Yeah, I think you
I
should
don't-
choose one out of those 3. Wicked Supreme.
We should let chat decide. We should let God decide.
I've got 2 tickets.
Yeah, I
to
think that's the best one out of
paradise.
I think
all
those guys, that's the one that everybody knows. Everybody knows that song. Yeah.
Ah.
Oh fuck! Carry On My Wayward Son would be a good one too, because it's carry on. It's a plane. Son is a child. Okay.
Nah, 2 Tickets to Paradise was your best.
Yeah.
End on a high note.
I think a chat actually really likes Old Man.
Oh
You ever heard
man,
that
you
song?
play it backwards.
Oh, R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly would have been such a good one.
Well, Cherry reserved R. Kelly, so we
Yeah,
couldn't-
she's
Doesn't
got
he
R.
also have
Kelly.
the song "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number"?
That's
Oh
Aaliyah.
my
That's-
That's
god.
Aaliyah.
Oh, that's
who-
Aaliyah.
who
He wrote it
married
for
R.
her.
Kelly. Yeah, exactly. When she was like 13. Died in a plane crash too, right? I think.
Yes, Aaliyah did.
Or was that Left Eye? Left Eye was in a car accident. I don't know.
I know Aaliyah died in a plane crash. Is
Right.
all I know.
It's a really successful pedophile. We were talking about successful racists or whatever. I
Oh
guess
my
he's.
god.
Yeah, successful
he
P
was
words.
bad. Bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm much
Jeffrey
like that guy.
Epstein. R. Kelly was another successful one until he got into trouble. Who else was a successful one?
Did you consider like 1,000 views on Twitch successful? I'm just kidding. The
A
joke.
successful pedophile? We got
Yeah.
a lot in Hollywood, right? Like Roman Polanski.
True.
More in Hollywood.
What do you guys think makes somebody like even think of that?
Think of what?
Of doing something like that?
I think an attraction to children is involuntary, the same way we treat any other sort of like sexuality.
I suppose, but like it just seems like there's so many of them. There's so many people who are like that.
Are
think
there
for some
that
people-
many?
Wait,
I
Are
don't
we
know, but-
talking about prepubescent, or are we talking about ones who just like young women?
I don't know. I guess there are a lot of people like Epstein, I feel like.
That's just pedophiles.
So
yeah.
like, wait, like young girls
a
that like
lot.
young girls
heard-
after. What age was Epstein's like involvement with? I have no idea.
Just to be clear, are there a lot of pedophiles? Does this make up a large population? I'm curious. I don't.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Well, I guess
don't know
maybe
what the-
just because I hear about them all the time on the news, it seems like there's a lot of them.
I think you hear about them on the news because they make for good stories for people to get mad about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I guess I'm just getting like confirmation. Whatever.
I'm scared to even search this. I'm gonna though.
Go incognito. They'll never
Incognito.
know.
No
Yeah.
idea there. Just feel like the FBI still knows.
Oh, they definitely know.
All right, that's it. So if they
I think
snatch one up-
trauma
4%?
is involved sometimes too.
Sorry, what
right?
was
It's
it?
not.
about 4% of the population is believed to have pedophilic urges. This is just the first. The
That's a
week.com.
lot.
The
That is
week.com,
that is
the
a lot.
week.com, BBC. Hold on.
Mm, okay.
I want to know how loose of a definition we're using for pedophile too.
4%?
Hold Hold on.
Because if we're just talking underage, I don't know. That word is poison. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, I don't know because then this says 2% of the Catholic clergy are pedophile. Don't listen to what I'm saying. These Google searches aren't really
Seems
conclusive.
low.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
gonna say
exactly.
2%.
Like
I-
80%.
4% of people,
4%
and then
everybody,
2% of
2% them.
yeah.
like,
This is, no, all right. This is I've searched enough.
Oh, you
I'm
have a
tapping out.
citation, Bosset? Is it Bosset in chat says 5% have a level of attraction, 1% have an attraction that affects their lives. 5% is a
Oh.
lot.
It seems really high.
Okay, here it is. Here's the link.
An attraction that affects their lives. Does that mean that they act on it?
I don't know. What is an attraction that? Let me see. Let me read this.
Affects other people's lives. I see in your chat. Yeah, I think.
Under the
4%
epidemiology.
Sounds pretty high, man. That's
I
like
agree.
12 million people or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
I
lot.
don't know
Jeez,
about
dude.
that. That's a lot of fucking people walking around miserably. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I don't know if they would be miserable. Like, you can still date and have sex with older people. You just have the urge there, right?
Yeah, but like, just I feel like if you have that in you, that like that's kind of a curse. You know, you're fucking like it's terrible, and like you just
Okay.
hate yourself. You know.
The prevalence of
Yeah.
true P-word sexual preference is approximately 1%, but when general fantasies are investigated, that prevalence can reach up to 5% among men in the general population, extrapolated from the studies discussed below.
Okay, so 1% of people will act on it, apparently, right?
That seems really fucking high.
I don't know if it's 1% that will
Really?
act on it. It's just true P-word preference.
So it's like they have no other arousal.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
5% is like based on general fantasies and stuff like that, I guess. 1% that have an exclusivity preference. Okay. Fewer of those will act. So, okay, I'll link this to the group chat.
Is it 1% of the adult population or 1% of that 4%?
1% of the general population, male population.
When it comes to why it happened, Stardust, I think there's a variety of reasons. I think like personal trauma and like coming into being as like a sexual like person have a lot to do with it, but then also like our media culture has a lot to do with it. I think it would be tough to like isolate how everyone arrives at that.
I always wonder, like, I always want to know how and why things, like, really bad things happen. I know
it's
there's,
kinda
like,
why
no
this
straight
crime
answer,
shit is
but
popular, right?
yeah, I know there's no straight answer, but it's like, I don't know, like, why do people kill people? You know, like, what makes you want to kill somebody? You know, maybe
I think the
tough
best way to
leaderboard.
find out is listen to the stories of the people who have done it, right? Like the interviews after the fact and like what they say.
But what's really tough about this is the societal opinions about these folks are so harsh that how could you like one, how could you get help, but more importantly, like how would you study this group that doesn't want to be identified as belonging to this group, right? It's like I don't know
Yeah.
that we
John
could know.
Hopkins has like a center or whatever where they like study people
Good.
like that. Yeah.
It's dope.
But yeah, or like even like rapists, you know, like
Yeah.
why do they choose who they choose, and like what makes you feel like you need to do that?
And a lot of the true crime shit that I've watched, that comes down to like individualized like abusive relationships with their parents and shit like that, and then they like fetishize a certain group based on that. That's what I've heard is like the most common thing, at least with the stories I've heard, but I don't know if that's every, you know.
Well, okay, Lancemaker in the chat is like, come on, you've never wanted to kill someone. I can definitely imagine plenty of scenarios where I want to kill somebody, but like there's a difference between wanting to kill somebody and like
And
Not
doing it.
somebody in cold blood, not like a completely innocent person.
Yeah. I think
also-
you imagine you want to kill somebody, but imagining what it would take to actually kill them is like a different thing, right?
You don't think about
Yeah.
killing people in cold blood?
I must be lying. I don't know. What I need is an empath to tell me what I really
Well,
like. I don't know.
When I play
think
Hitman,
I've thought about like negligence, right? Like just letting people die, I think is more passive, right?
It's fucked.
Like, would you save your asshole neighbor if their like building was burning down? Like, you knew you were gonna get injured, maybe permanently for life. Like, you know
Or
what I
yeah,
mean?
your
Like, you may
asshole
not-
neighbor like falls and breaks their hip or something. I don't know.
Okay. Here's one that I like to use. Everybody's had well, I shouldn't say everybody, okay? I've had it just comforts me to think that everybody does this, but I've had the fantasy where like I'm in the bank and I fucking fantasize that Robert's into the bank and I'm able to save everybody, right? Has anybody else had that before?
Sure.
You're
yeah.
like you're the good guy with the gun and you save the day. You have the hero fantasy or whatever. For me,
I've had that for mass shootings on public transit, like being on a train and imagining some guy walks in with duffel bags, drops it in between the station we're on and the next. He just starts knocking people down.
oh shit, what color is this jacket?
Oh,
This is
vivid.
detailed. Okay.
This was at a time when I was looking into a lot of that shit, so I
For,
got paranoid.
for me, like the part of those fantasies, the part of me that's being entertained by that or that's feeling gratified by that is not the killing. It's like the being the hero and being fucking praised and like
Correct.
being appreciated and shit for me.
Yeah, I actually have zero desire to kill the bad guy. That's not it at all, right? Being heroic is admirable, but like finishing, like giving the bad guy what he fucking deserved, like that never even crosses
For
my
me,
mind.
more often it's like the Joe Biden shoot him in the leg. It's the fucking Vash the Stampede, like that I could be able to do
Oh,
it and like
yo,
sparing
Vash the
someone's
Stampede,
life.
so good. Sorry. Yeah.
Think about killing them. Does that make me crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've learned a
Maybe
lot.
just a little murderous, maybe not crazy.
I've learned a lot about you today. Your
I-
the
True.
kinks and the murder and the you got a lot more interesting today. But smart. I think I know they call you
I
Brook
don't think an
fucker.
idea says
Yeah.
anything about you intrinsically. I don't know. Like you just happen to be in the right like circumstance in your life to think about that. That doesn't mean you harbor some sort of like inherently murderous tendencies.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's
like-
one for you. Sorry. Booksmarts for you and I guess the rest of the room. Have you ever been in like a fight? Have you ever like harmed someone, beat someone up? Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah, so for me, it's not like a feeling of dominance afterwards. Like I worked at an MMA gym for a long time and I was a coach and I never just like whooped someone's ass and like stood over them triumphantly like I did that. You know what I mean? You don't really you
Yeah.
see this in like film, but when you actually do it like for me, I usually feel bad, right? It's like pick them
I-
up, help them.
Yeah, I became really good friends with the people that I got in a fight with. Like, we got it all out of the way and like eventually became great friends.
I had a moment in middle school. For me, like, I don't know if I could make peace with doing what you did, Andre. And I'm actually curious how much you restrained yourself, like, in those situations to keep yourself from, like, hurting people.
Yeah, so in the beginning you don't really so when you first started a mixed martial arts gym, you're the punching bag. So you don't really have the power to like hurt others because they've been training there and they're largely athletic and trained. So like you are the nail before you're the hammer. And what you decide to be when you get that like that talent or that skill is like I guess up to you. But after being the nail for years and getting sort of like womped on, I never had the desire to put somebody else through that, right? So in fact, I can only think of a couple times where I injured folks and it was usually on accident. But after like being hurt, I didn't want to hurt others. I just kind of wanted to be able to like be the hero at the bank. You know what I mean? I never wanted to like hurt anybody.
But if
I-
there was a dude at your gym that hurt people intentionally all the time and you were in the situation where you got to hurt them, wouldn't you hurt them more?
Yeah,
And
okay,
enjoy
but so again, now let's talk about jujitsu. I don't have to hurt anyone ever to like stop them. I could strangle you unconscious and it wouldn't hurt. I don't want to injure you. I just want you to cease and desist. I have no desire. I don't even like Muay Thai. Punching and kicking is something I do to like help other people get ready for fights. I think it's kind of brutal. I don't really like punching or getting punched. I get hit. Okay, so here's Booksmarts. There's two types of guys, you and me. One type of guy, me, I get punched in the face and I'm like, ooh, I should have been an orthodontist. Like I should have listened to my parents. But like you get punched in the face and you're like, I'm gonna fucking, you know what I mean? And some people are like that. And I don't know, I to the point earlier, I have no idea what leads you to that path, but I just, yeah, I don't want to hit you back.
Like, you sound evil.
You're
I don't
just
think it's
secretly a
evil.
murderer. It's okay, Booksmarts. Don't worry, dude.
I don't think that makes you evil. I don't think
I don't think
wanting to,
about
like-
killing people. I just think I think if you shoot somebody in the leg and they're like bleeding, like, and if they die as a result of all the bleeding or something, like I feel like it's not terrible if that's what happens, you know? Like if it's just like a thing where you just kind of let them, you don't really
have you
try
ever
to
heard
help
of-
them, you know?
Have you ever heard of Jack Kevorkian?
Yeah.
Stardust?
No.
Okay. The first way that you described it reminded me of Jack Kevorkian. Jack Kevorkian was a doctor with nationwide fame. He's from the area where I grew up, and I actually like some of my neighbors were his like cohorts, and I used to hear stories about him from them. And he was basically a doctor that was famous for euthanizing people, giving people peaceful, intentional deaths. And he like fought battles in Supreme Court basically his entire life, and like various
Brown,
levels of court.
savage, disgusting animal.
The way that
Sexy greater than
he's
hell.
represented by like his constituents or like his cohorts, the people that he sort of practiced with and grew up with. I'll never forget, there was a guy that I used to do like lawn care for, just one of my neighbors growing up, who was like the head cardiologist at the local hospital and went to medical school at Jack Kevorkian. And he was like, when Jack Kevorkian was practicing, he was making like six figures, making great money, a doctor in the 80s and the 90s. Maybe he wasn't a doctor in the 80s yet. I don't remember. But the point is, when America had a lot of money and doctors were making very good money, he was making really, really good money. He was living in a 1-bedroom in Southfield, Michigan, which is not an expensive, terribly place to live. Just living on a mattress with like no amenities or anything, because he would just go home to sleep, and he would spend all of his time at the hospital going from room to room in critical care, just watching people die. This dude was just like fascinated with death. Is there anything like, do you have any sort of call of the void sort of fascination with death like that?
I don't think I have a fascination with it. I think people should be allowed to choose when to die, though. I definitely think people, and even without the case of euthanasia, I think that some people like should be allowed to like choose to end it if they choose that this is like the right moment for them in their life.
Yeah. Well, so earlier when you were like, if you're like watching somebody die and you don't help them earlier is like one thing that you mentioned. That's the reason I say like fascination, because it sounds like a sort of thing. If you were going to like watch them like a fucking, like you have a white coat on and you're like just sort of studying how something dies, like that's a thing that I don't share, but I can understand if a person like feels that way, because holy fuck, death is just such a really like heavy thing.
I think,
Would you guys?
I think that I don't know. I think like even the idea of like obviously like with suicide, like you want to make sure the person who's making that type of decision is actually in a good state of mind to make that decision. But I think even like that, this is going to be really controversial, but even with that, I think people need to be given the choice. If they're in a good psychological state, that they should be allowed to choose to end it then, if that's what they want to do.
Do you think like an 18-year-old should be able to make a decision just like a normal person? Like, I'm just done. I've had enough. I turn 18. Like,
I don't know if psychologically, like it would have to be heavily regulated, but like I think people should be allowed to have that choice.
They do have that choice. I think the thing that made like Kevorkian specifically kind of unique is that he was a doctor that was helping people make that choice and like setting up the conditions and shit. And I think some of his trials were basically centered around that. And I believe he ended up going to prison because it seemed like people were like consistently able to make a better and better case. Like, bro, you're like pushing people into this. Like, you're in this for you.
Yeah. I don't know that I would do it for me. I would do it for like other people, but I wouldn't do that just because I'm fascinated. I do find it fascinating, but I mean, I still remember seeing like having to put my cat down. Like, you know, I still remember what that was like. So, I don't really find more fascination with that. I think I don't know. I don't find fascination with that. Any fascination was satisfied just seeing that, you know? And it wasn't like, when I say satisfy, it sounds so bad. No, it wasn't like, I don't know. Any curiosity that I had was satisfied with that. So, I don't think I want to like look at people lose life, though. If there were like a scenario, I sometimes think about like if there were a scenario where somebody like wanted to die and it was like a good decision for them, like I don't know, maybe we should just let it happen, you know? Like why would you try to save somebody who doesn't want, you know? So
yeah. Morphine deaths are you just fall asleep and you're just all good.
Okay, this may be a talk that we shouldn't be having in front of hundreds of people. I
My
don't know.
bad.
I think there's more to it than simply some like simple logical philosophical arguments.
No, yeah,
I
it's
just
a
want to
very
say that I have not
complicated
been
subject.
laughing at you guys. I've been laughing at something else,
Yeah.
and it's coming off very wrong.
Okay,
Your chat says
chat.
you're laughing at a dead dog.
Chat.
My dog's not dead.
Okay, chat is intelligent enough. I think you guys understand what I'm saying, so please don't take it weird. All right.
You know, we're not glorifying it either.
Yeah.
Here's my concern. My concern
Yeah.
is that we're up here talking about how like it's totally cool and everyone should have the agency to do it, and somebody who may be out there listening is like on the fence, and that we're giving them.
Yeah,
the
no,
push.
if you this would be something
Fair.
that would need to be very heavily regulated, something that would need like the would need the consulting of like medical professionals and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, this would be like in like there's no better option for you kind
Well,
of thing.
yeah.
that
More
you've
importantly, none
exhausted
of
all
us
other
are-
options.
We are not experts in this. We could not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty far removed from being qualified to.
I know it's come up in the ballot in my state a couple times, but it hasn't gone through yet.
yeah, Boston makes a good point. Talk to your doctor, talk to your family, talk to your dog. Yeah.
Talk to your dog.
Always talk to your dog.
Oh no,
Come
they're
here.
gonna come for me for irresponsible platform now.
What do you
Oh.
think?
Yeah.
What do you think? He said to talk to you.
I love huskies, dude.
Do you want this one?
What's-
She's very bad.
What's
No,
her
you can
name?
Keep her.
This is Rhea. We have Atlas too, but this is Rhea. She's the problem child.
When did you get another doggo?
Like right before the breakup, my ex was like, "I really want a dog and a husky." I was like,
And then it
Okay.
became your dog.
Correct. Here, other dog, come here.
Other dog.
This is
Have they
Atlas.
just been chilling there the whole time?
Yeah, there's a sofa back there. They just hang out on that sofa.
Nice.
Daddy loves you. Yeah, and boogers in your eyes. Do you guys have pets?
I do not.
Talk to your dog.
I did. He's watching the skies now.
Aw. Okay. Okay, goodbye.
I do. I've got a chicken.
Oh.
Not ethical.
Let me see
He
if I
has a
can.
throne. Lately.
Wait, you can have a pet chicken.
I would argue that this isn't ethical.
What? It's having a pet chicken is as ethical as having a pet dog.
No, it's not, because where did you acquire aforementioned chicken?
Where did you acquire aforementioned dog?
From a rescue, but you got your chicken from a place. You have a female chicken, not a rooster, because they grind up male roosters. And if you bought a chicken from a place that
Booksmart's
grinds
pet
up
is a
male
phone.
roosters,
Listen, motherfucker, I don't know if you've ever been to the islands before, but like
And his
people be
hand.
having pet chickens and wild chickens be fucking.
I'd love to like pretend like you've never been to the islands before, but yeah, I don't know.
It's like a really common thing. Like a lot
Is
of
it really?
yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
common thing. And like do Mexican families do this in SoCal, Booksmarts? Have you ever heard of this? Keep a pet
What did they
chicken?
do? As long as they can until everybody complains. All the white people moved in and they don't let it happen.
My
Yeah.
abuela has well, she had cocks on her roof, if that counts. Usually like 4 of them.
That's a record.
What's going on, guys? This was not meant to be a heavy Chaoscast. Damn.
I
Sorry.
had 5 guys. What?
Sorry, what?
Is your inbox like blowing up right now or something? Are people canceling you?
No, they're not. Nah, it's fine. We're good. No, I'm just thinking like, damn, we got heavy. Okay. So we've done 3 polls so far. Last topic is if you guys were going to come up with a slur, what would you come up with?
What would the slur be, or
fun.
like
Yeah.
who would it be for?
Yeah.
I would make so many people happy if I could come up with a slur for white people that like hurt white people as much as the N-word hurts black people. So white people would be so fucking happy that they finally had an N-word. Or that we finally had an
Wait, the
N-word.
white
think-
people would be happy to be victims? Just for
Yes.
clarity. Yeah. Yeah.
course.
I agree.
I think that slur would just be calling them mediocre.
Ooh.
Or like what's like
Basic.
fucking I don't know, unoppressed or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't even matter if you agree with it or not. If you just like call white people unoppressed, like we get upset. We're like, come on, I want to be something too. I don't.
I accidentally titled this poll wrong. Sorry.
Privileged is kind of similar feeling
True.
to that.
Doesn't sting enough.
I wish ignorant had a thing that stung more. I wish more people were stung by a slur about ignorance.
I wouldn't like that. As I'm ignorant, I don't know if I'd enjoy
How do you
that.
qualify ignorance? How's it distinct from just like stupidity?
That's the thing is like it's stupidity is when you like ignorance is when you don't know about stuff and you have no care to like fix that gap. Like you're aware that it's there and you've accepted it's there and you move forward in the world understanding that it's there and you're like
I
making
think there
decisions.
can be innocently held in ignorance too, though. Like you just haven't encountered certain forms or certain things in your life.
So there's like stubbornness sort of implied.
Innocence is like the better version of ignorance. Like people can be innocent, they just haven't been exposed to the thing yet, but ignorance is like another step.
I would call most people who are like folksy racist, just like implicitly racist. Like I wouldn't call them innocent. I would call them ignorant to like how they're racist.
I'd like to have a slur for super woke people that scold people, give people grief. I'd
Woke
like to come up
scold.
with something that really just upsets them though, because they don't really have
Privilege works
anything.
there too.
Well, what
They call
you
us all
do?
libs. Like if you're
You
not
just
woke, you're a
turn this-
lib.
Okay, whatever they
I want mine.
accuse everybody of, that's like usually what they would be most sensitive to being called. So that's what you do. You just
True.
turn it on them. That's what I've always done. It's like
Just
when
call them libs.
yeah, you call any anti-SJW SJW, they get super fucking pissed. And if you're able to prove that they're an SJW, then they get really mad. I would come up with a slur for people who play music on their phones out loud with no microphones.
True. Rude
I don't
as
know what I
fuck.
would come up with, but that needs to be something. And people who try to play music to you through the phone, that's even worse. They're like, "Hey, listen to
Or-
this cool song I
I know
have."
what you mean.
Yeah, and then you're like, "God damn it."
Even people that just leave the noises on their phone is annoying as fuck too.
We should call them
True.
ringers. You fucking ringers up in this bus.
I
That's
used to call
good.
people who don't normally ride public transit, so they didn't know how to like follow the cues. I would just call them Sunday riders.
Fucking Sunday riders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's got a
I
lot of
like
cussing.
ringer though. Ringer sounds like it could be really fucking vulgar.
It's got
you
a
know?
hard R. Two of
Yeah,
them.
you
Whoa.
fucking
True.
ringer.
True.
Oh, that
It's-
felt.
We're starting to feel it. Yeah.
I really hate people who play music off their phones.
We
in
just made it
public.
up. You asked
It's
if
not-
you could make up a slur for anyone. Who would you do for? You successfully did it.
It's true.
True.
Collaborative effort. You and Booksmarts. We made it happen.
I think mine, I have one for NEETs. I call NEETs cave dwellers and basement dwellers, even though I'm a part of that group. But it's kind of like a term. It's like I'm reclaiming it. We're cave dwellers. Let's own it.
I bet Chaeiry
would
has
like-
people that she hates.
I would like a slur for people who don't use their blinkers when they drive. And I would like to call them blinktards.
That's a good one.
Spicy.
Try it.
That feels like what they would call everybody else.
True.
Maybe. Then what should I call them?
Well, there would be a PC term that would come out called. They would be called. No, they're just the unsignaled.
I prefer the unsignaled.
Those are
You gotta-
unsignaled people.
You gotta talk down to them and call them unsignaled.
Or saps.
Almost hit this guy today. It wasn't his fault though. He's just unsignaled, you know, or unsignaled. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
would be good.
I'd like a slur for people that take 100 milligrams of marijuana before they board an airplane at 2 in the
Can
morning.
you please tell us about your experience over the past 24 hours, Booksmarts? I wanted to ask you in private, but now it's in public, and IRI opened the floodgates, and he can take all the blame.
Okay.
And I want to hear
so
Cherry's perspective too, because this is a two-player game.
Come on, this is funny.
that's the part I'm worried about is poor Chaeiry, because I know I was still
100
high when
fucking
she picked me
milligrams.
up. Oh man. So
He said it on my
I-
stream when I first came on.
True. I wanted to have like a chill flight, So I booked it later in the evening. I took the day to pack, and then I was just gonna take a bunch of edibles and then fall asleep. I thought it would knock me the fuck out because it has before. It didn't, and I was sitting in the middle on at least one of the flights. I don't remember which one because my memory gets real hazy because it was hitting as I was waiting for the first flight. I was like, wow, that hit really fast. I just ate this. I don't know what's going on. I took I think it was 100 milligrams of edibles, and I thought it would knock me out, and it didn't. I hallucinated the whole flight. There were voices telling me things. I dry heaved, I wanted to throw up, but I couldn't. I didn't want to ask anybody to get up or move, so I sat there gripping the seat in front of me, and my seat. It was a nightmare.
Jesus, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it was a
Jesus
nightmare.
Christ. How was the time
Lord.
dilation? West Coast to East Coast is the worst flight. That's the one that takes the longest. That takes way longer than East to West, if I remember correctly. It's 5 or 6 hours or something. It's
I don't
already
know.
a tough flight sober.
Time didn't exist. I
Or
couldn't wear
good.
headphones because I felt like there were voices talking to me when I put on my headphones. I was listening to an audiobook and I would forget I'm listening to an audiobook. I'd be like, who the fuck is narrating? I don't see any of this. This isn't happening. And it was tripping me out. Oh man.
What was it like picking them up, Chaeiry?
Yeah, what did you see, Chaeiry, when you arrived?
I was just, I don't really remember.
Good.
He was just super fucking shy, and he didn't know if he should sit in the front seat. And I was like, please sit in the front seat. I
You're gonna sit
don't
in the
know
back
what he was
like Uber?
expecting. Yeah. He couldn't.
Oh my god.
Chauffeur,
Yeah,
onward,
wait.
onward, Mrs. Come.
Is that,
The hell?
Like
is
a
that a-
child.
The hell, bro?
is that a
Like
is that
a
a racism
baby.
to make her drive and you sit in the back? Or?
Yeah, bro.
Mrs. Okay, carry on. Let's roll.
I don't know. I think of it
couldn't
like a
open-
mom and a child. That's what I think of. Booksmarts sitting in the back. Damn, dude.
He was the fucking kid from Up. He had cargo shorts and a little baseball cap. His
don't know
feet were
anybody-
straight out forward, sitting on the back seat.
He's like,
I don't know anyone who takes offense from somebody trying to sit in the front seat who's over the age of, I don't know, 10.
He was being
It was
polite.
funny. Hmm. He was being polite, and then he couldn't open my trunk. And he was really sorry that he couldn't open my trunk. So I got a little worried, but then I felt better when I knew he was so fucking high.
Because I was stressing out because she wasn't getting out. And I was like, I hope she doesn't think I'm trying to figure this out this whole time. What does she think I'm doing back here? I was trying to catch her eye in the mirror. Hey, is it locked? I don't know what's going on.
Wait, so what did
Wait,
you
how-
think before you knew he was high? What did you think?
I thought nobody in Twitch told me that Booksmarts was special.
Oh no.
Oh my god. When I was at your trunk, fucking time was standing still and I was staring at the snow on it. That's why when we were in your car, I was like, it's very cold outside. You still have snow on your car.
Can I get some clarity on the trunk? Was it open and you didn't know? We're like, how could you? What trunks are pretty
There's
simple.
a
Yeah?
button. I have a Honda CRV. You just you click the button and it opens.
Wait, there's not even a back seat on those things. Where was he
Yes.
sitting?
Yeah, there's a back seat.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
back
fair
seat
enough.
and a boot. and trunk.
What do you have?
The
Was it
boot?
a two-door? It's two-door or four?
No, it's like a SUV type.
Yeah, it's-
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, final
Oh,
poll is
boy.
going in chat. Final poll is going in chat.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you guys can vote for me even though I got skipped. But if I was gonna do slurs, I would do a slur for panel show
Oh,
hosts
sorry.
that skip over contestants. No, that's fine. Yeah, if you host a panel and you run the poll before I can do my answer, I'd probably do.
I'm so
a slur for
sorry.
that.
I'm so
No, it's
sorry.
fine.
I
I'm
think
just-
you're still on the poll though. I think, Andre.
Yeah, you're still
Yeah, but
on.
why-
You're still on the.
But I didn't even get to pick a slur yet.
Okay, pick a slur. Pick a slur.
I'm
nobody
trying,
vote.
But no, guys, just vote for me because I'm the.
You know
real
what? I'm gonna
victim here.
delete. I'll delete the poll.
No, no,
okay?
no. I don't actually
I'm
fucking
gonna vote for you,
all.
Andre.
No, thank you. Yeah, I think Chaeiry said people who don't use their blinker. I feel this way about people who don't put their fucking shopping carts back. This makes me feel pretty aggressive.
Oh, this is me.
Oh,
I take pictures of me leaving my shopping cart in the middle of parking spots and send it to him.
yeah, This is cool.
That is that's
if I
actually
ever-
really bad. That's like a hate crime, Chaeiry. I can't
I
believe you would do
ever-
that.
If I ever see that, I'll like pick you up, put you in the shopping cart, and shove you into the crowd. I don't. This is a hard one. With panel hosts that don't include you in the conversation, that sucks. But even worse is panelists that talk too long. I did like the geek show, the recruitment show. Everybody there speaks for 4.5 fucking minutes about nothing. I did Prime show, same fucking thing. That is exhausting. Also like Giga Chads. I feel like Giga Chads are kind of embracing their Giga Chadness, but it's pretty corny. I wish there was a fucking. You're just too alpha for me. I wish there was an insult for you that hurt your feelings deeply.
When it comes to the shopping carts, there's a YouTube channel called Cartnarks, and he calls
Love
the
that
people
guy.
who don't take their carts back lazy bones.
All right, lazy bones. Boop, boop, boop.
He's got the. He
Scoop,
does have a slur. That's his slur.
Oh yeah, lazy bones. There you go. We got it.
Exactly.
Trey, what would you do if the Cartnarks guy ran up on you with his like flashlight and he was like, "Goop,
I
goop,
would laugh. He could put that magnet on my car. I'm gonna drive away with a free magnet.
goop." Okay.
He
Seriously,
has
what
like
about
a
other?
flag that he puts down now.
What about in other people's vehicles? What if your cart like flies across the parking lot and hits my brand new Toyota 4Runner? Are you
Oh,
gonna
I'm
feel
not-
any remorse or?
I'm not stupid. I know how to like park a cart.
Yo, what the
just
fuck
so
is
that-
going
wait,
on
wait,
with
wait,
chat?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. This is your stream, but you don't know how to park a cart if you're not putting it in the fucking cart corral. You don't.
You
Okay,
lazy
this is
bones.
regarding the previous poll. Poll 4, what the fuck's going on, guys?
What?
Why are you
Okay.
not fucking voting? Poll 4. Hello? Please vote in it. Okay? This isn't even the final poll. This is second to last poll, and you didn't even vote in it. What's going on here, chat?
How do
Wake
we
up.
vote that how do we vote that there's too many polls? Are you gonna
What's
put
the
your
command
shop?
for poll 4?
What's it gonna take to make you put your shopping cart back? To have a little empathy for us with like really nice vehicles, the ultra wealthy.
I have a new vehicle too.
What year's yours?
What was last year?
Well, it could be a 2021.
still
a
making the
2022.
CRZ?
It's a 21.
20.
Oh,
There's
a 2021.
2021
Oh,
CRZ.
that's crazy. That's like vintage. That's really cool.
Oh my god, you just had a glow up, didn't you? Get
It's
the
weird.
fuck
That's,
out of
it's
here.
weird that you're flexing about your classic car. Do you have like
Wait,
like retro plates on that? That's wild. So if your
Yeah.
shopping cart hits my 2022 Toyota 4Runner fully loaded, heated leather seats, why are you not feeling any remorse? Huh?
Because you
Man.
chose leather seats. What the fuck?
Well, it's not real leather. I'm ethical, but they're
Oh,
heated
okay.
seats. Okay, it's a privilege that you couldn't understand. But the question is, why are you so selfish with your shopping cart?
Honestly, I used to put my shopping carts away until I watched Heem do a whole series about Cartnark, and I realized how triggered people would get if I didn't put them away. So now I don't put them away.
It's
It's just like the type of person I am. I'm
This is
sorry.
your hero
I-
Cherry's the edgelord of carts.
I honestly, this is time to cancel you. This is like too far, I think.
I should have
I
been
put 'em-
canceled a long time ago.
I put them away, but like, what's the big deal about leaving them out? What, is it that big of a deal?
Just
I'm
have
pretty
stuff-
sure I'm creating jobs when I like leave it out.
Just like arsonists are creating jobs for firemen. Thank you for that. What a service. No, I don't know. I just think it's like the ultimate litmus test of like whether you're a dick or not. It's like, do you do the small thing? Like, morally, do you make a very small sacrifice for the good of other shoppers? And
True.
you're a
That's fair.
sociopath.
For the good of
Egomaniac.
other shoppers.
Well, so it doesn't. So your cart doesn't like fly and hit somebody's car. So they have a parking
Yeah,
space.
well, I
so-
think the level of processing and the manufacturing of food in America is in overabundance. So I generally do not want to support the supermarkets, and in that way, I'm protesting.
But you're going to the supermarket and spending your money there. You're just not putting your cart back. So like you are supporting the supermarket. Right?
I'm protesting where I can.
Mm,
But we can just call them parking lot terrorists, right?
this is appropriate.
Yeah,
I would agree
parking
with that.
lot terrorists. Yep.
Lot terrace.
She's kind of heroic. This is like her version of taking a knee, you know? She's just doing what she can.
True.
What
Just
about my
taking
vi-
the wheel right into your 22 heated leather seat.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Toyota-thon shopping.
really nice, by the way.
Sure it is.
Yeah, the heated seats are really nice in the winter.
Yeah, it's
happy
They
too.
are,
for you.
yeah.
There's no jealousy. We're all happy.
There's a
Damn,
heated steering
loving
wheel.
it.
No, there is jealousy.
How
Cherry
are there
pretends like she's
300
not a
people in
socialist.
here?
Imagine
ex-
living in a place with winter. Man, you must
True.
be slumming it.
No,
Bum.
Yeah,
300
my-
people,
The
and they're
hold
not
on.
unfortunate
voting.
winter livers.
Maybe you didn't hear about my luxurious vehicle. Did I leave out heated steering wheel? I'm like in the future. No, the winter fucking sucks. I hate it here. Just Cherry, just say you're a socialist and you hate the capital that I've accrued. Just say that you like. Just say that. Just say that.
I
you're a
think you
leftist.
are backwards.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just trying to start an argument. Did I win the
There's-
poll yet?
Oh my god, 300 people and like 60 voted in poll number 4.
Is that important? Hey, Stardust, it's okay. It was a good stream. We got some votes. It's okay, right?
They're just staring at you, not
What's
I
important is
know.
them
engaging
getting
at
most
all.
of them.
Threaten them with eye contact, Stardust. They hate
I
that.
will. I will. You know what? I'm going to fucking stare at you guys into your fucking souls. Okay? Anyways, okay, it's poll number 5 since you got only like a few of you wanted to vote in poll 4. I'll link it. Give me a second here. I'm just used to way more people voting than that.
Look at this dog.
I'm looking at you. I notice you. Okay? All right.
Yeah, come here. We gotta win this poll. Come here. Up, up. Yeah, Daddy's
Poll
gotta get
number
the house.
5 is in the chat. Okay, poll
Look
last
at this
one.
dog. If we don't get the votes and the host, this dog will not get treats. You know, we
Okay,
can't
now
afford
you're
it.
cheating. Now
Look
you're
at the-
cheating.
Look at the dog.
Yeah.
Hey, don't listen to that murderer. Okay, I love animals.
Imagine how can you just say the word in front of them and not give them one, Andre? You know
I
they
should-
know that word.
Wait, who's the murderer? What the hell?
Booksmarts earlier, cold blood. Remember? Don't vote for him.
Oh.
It's not about the murder. It's about the whatever.
That was not a good start.
Yeah.
Doesn't put shopping carts back.
Good one,
He's in the
Planet
murder.
Dust. You already voted on this.
Because
Okay.
those are comparable.
Okay, chat. I'm sorry for yelling at you. Okay? I apologize. I love you. Please subscribe. It does take some effort for me to come up with questions that I think will throw people off. None of them threw people off this night for some reason. Means you guys are all fucking crazy. As crazy as me. No, wait, keep going.
The
What?
last time I hung out with you, you were talking about beating up Infred. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I remember that.
Damn.
You might be the crazy one.
I
Did
know.
he
I know I'm
accept-
crazy.
Did he accept anyone's challenge?
I want to be clear. I talked to Dylan Burns before he set this up, and he was like, "How do I sponsor a boxing match?" I was like, "You're not a promoter. You're not a licensed fighter. None of this is a good idea, Dylan. Don't do this." And he's multiple times he's reached out to me, and I always try and talk him out of it. And he just asked me so he can fucking ignore me. Ooh,
Larry
Dylan
Potato.
Burns.
I used one from a chat member, but I made the video for it. Hello? My goodness.
Who do you think is like the best fighter in Twitch politics? Who's like the one fighter you wouldn't want to run into?
It's literally you. Why the fuck? Why would you ask a question like
I
that?
don't do politics. I'm a
Hey,
Pokemon
guys,
guy.
who do you think is the tallest streamer in Twitch politics? Which one of us is the
Wickedsupreme.
tallest, do you guys think, based on
Come-
your opinion?
Come to
Bo
A4Andre,
Blacks.
You get capitalism in the shape of Pokemon cards. I don't do politics. But I feel like Hassan's just like a big muscular ass dude that probably be
Yeah,
tough.
it has to be.
No,
Hassan,
I'm sorry.
unfortunately.
No, he's
Who else
famous
could it
for
be?
he's famous for fucking like balling up whenever he gets hit.
He's
or
famous for
whatever.
having such wide shoulders it makes his head look small.
He
Like
does.
I
He's
mean,
so big he has a tiny head.
I've been around him a few times, and he's kind of like nervous, like shy in person, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'd be afraid of fighting Turing News. I feel like he'd kill me slowly. I feel
Oh,
like I'd
you
be
know what?
scared.
I think I'd be scared of that too. Touring News looks like he could fuck somebody up. Okay, we're going to count the polls now, okay? Guys, poll number 1, Chaeiry took that one. Poll number 2, Chaeiry also took that one.
Fuck this shit.
Damn,
Yeah, I'm out.
I don't remember what I did.
killed it, obviously.
Uh,
Oh, I was taller than Booksmarts. That's probably what's winning me this.
okay.
Also, Andre, look at the group chat.
Andre, you came in second for a lot of these, so. Oh, fuck. Okay. So, poll number 3, Chaeiry. Poll number 4 was Wickedsupreme.
Honestly, I gotta go. This is bullshit.
What? Don't go yet. Poll number
I can't believe I'm
5.
losing- She doesn't
is
put her shopping
Booksmarts.
cart back. She's not even sitting in a chair. How is she gonna win?
I'm sorry, guys, but it looks like Chaeiry has won this one.
Look, you guys. No, I'm out.
Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you had fun.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. I hope you guys had fun. Usually, I don't know. I feel like you guys have gotten too acclimated to me. I'm usually good at scaring people.